Lester LeSabre popped in. Inspector Bruce popped in. Man, Inspector Bruce popped in. Then Lester LeSabre. Welcome. Kim's over there.
Oh, are you live?
I just went live. I said I'm going live.
Well, you said it was time.
And Buddy Carafano, Let me
get my coffee and I'll come
get your coffee and get your book to give out points.
Give out points. Kobe Queso, welcome to the stream.
I forgot to put my cough drops in.
Bruce got in here first. I'm giving you 5 points.
Oh, that was Inspector Bruce.
Yep. Lester LeSabre, Buddy Carafano, and Kobe Queso. I'm giving you all.
Did you say Buddy?
3 points. Mark Sylvain, you get 3 as well. Yes, Buddy Cauliflower. Hi, Faith. You get 3 points.
Wow, look at this.
Welcome, everybody, for coming in the stream. I hope you're having a good Saturday night. Hope you had a good Halloween. Didn't eat too much candy. Enough candy, but not too much. Johnny, you really like that gold?
Gold color.
Not sure what the gold is.
What is the gold color? Uh-oh. I missed something. Is our screen gold? Oh, on your.
I'm talking about my car.
Oh,
in
on
the thumbnail.
On the thumbnail. Yeah.
Thank you, Johnny. I love my car's color, and it does. I can't match it out of the spray can. Like none of the shelf colors really match it. They're all either more rose gold or more of a really light. Like I don't know. It doesn't really match. So there's like a spot back there that I've got it primed for temporary until I can get some color match stuff. Because it needs repainted pretty bad. And I like the color enough that I probably have to pay and get someone to match the paint color. Yeah, I've been working on the 318 motor that's right here between us.
It's between us. It sure is.
I did a little bit of polishing on the crankshaft journals. They were not bad. There was just a couple imperfections, but I just want to clean it up so that it runs nice and fresh. Johnny C needs to repaint his Malibu too. It's expensive to repaint cars. So, and we're not really, this ain't a paint booth. If we paint in here, it is going to make a terrible, terrible mess. We're going to have to cover everything with tarps.
Or do it with water basing. You're not going to want to do that to your car, are you?
No, I want to use
real paint.
Good hard automotive paint for it, so that it lasts good 5 or 10 years or something. Because it's going to be expensive. But yeah, so the crankshaft is right here. I want to take the crankshaft out and wash it down, flush out all the little holes. Hippie Long says, I have had great success with VHT engine paint.
You know what Uncle Tony uses? He brush paints his engines with Rust-Oleum. Remember him doing that? Then they watch the paint dry for 12 hours in a line.
Yeah. Well, that paint takes 3 days to dry. Build a tent out of plastic. I think that's what we'll have to do next time we paint a car. I mean, we don't paint cars, but we can paint a car. In theory, we could paint a car. We'd have to take our time. That compressor will just run and run and run. But Dean says, I love covering everything with terps.
Braden's friend my brother's girlfriend lost my dog. He's no longer to be found. Hopefully he comes home tonight.
Oh, no.
If not, he's gone, and I'm done. I told her to bring a leash. She never brought it.
Oh, no.
Does she know where the dog was? Where? You can go out there and start calling for the dog.
Is it the kind of dog someone would abduct, or is it, did you call the pound?
Yeah.
Man.
Is there an animal control there? You can look there. I had a dog end up in animal control one time.
My Ute is the same color as JB Weld, so repairs should be easy. Yeah, you could just use a little spatula and just fill the chips in.
JB Weld color. Color, I would say colors JB Weld, so I can fix stuff easy. Luis updated, not get it out yet, uploaded 2 videos to his channel.
Oh, congratulations, Luis. Check out Luis's channel. I think it's probably cartoon-related type things. That's Luis's big interest.
Hey, cool, D-Man sent me horns. Thank you, sir. That's really cool. I'm going to have horns.
Oh, you didn't go get them from the...
They're at, well, I went to the, oh, that reminds me, I went to the post office, and Hippie Long sent up.
Sorry, Luis just said this is the best day of my life. That's pretty darn good. Woohoo!
Hippie Long sent us pistachios, but he's not here right now. I don't
yes,
think.
Thank you, Hippie Long. I really hope they can find your puppy dog. Oh, you just mailed them tonight. They won't be here till for a couple of days. Yeah. He's scared of other dogs, and they have a bunch of barking dogs, so he got scared and ran off in the woods.
Give it an answer to you.
He had a drone with thermal and still couldn't find them.
Dean Stevenson, he's got to say it weird. I picked up many animals from the pound.
95 Sporty is here. Welcome to the stream. I had a dog that was given away while I was incarcerated. Oh, I'm sorry. The dog then ran away. I called animal control. They found her the next day, several years ago.
Wow.
Sometimes they do. And sometimes they'll just send you, they'll get a report of an animal and they'll send you because the dog will come to you. D-Man says, thanks for the lives. Oh, well, we're happy to be here. We enjoy having the interaction. He especially really, I mean, I do too. We plan for them. We look forward to them.
Let's just say, oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
That's all right. We don't go out. There's nowhere that we really want to go on a Saturday night. Like, we're going to go and dancing, or live music is loud, and it's a lot of standing that we can't really do.
And people drinking.
And drinking.
A lot of drunks.
It's just not our thing. And so, like, this gives us a chance to be around other people who are working on cars and projects and just share some of our interests and our friendly people. So we love it.
Lester the Saber says, a few years ago, I saw an online paint vendor which mixes factory colors and puts it in spray cans. We have some of that here.
Yeah, we've used it before for small repairs.
Well. And you know what? I bought some for my Mazda, and then the Mazda crashed. So I've been using it. We used it for the, we used that paint, the Mazda paint, on the battery box.
Oh, yeah, in your car.
Of the Z sled. So there's a piece of Mazda in there.
Because I knew it would be good paint.
And Dougster's here, but he says message retracted. Okay.
Okay. Welcome in, Dougster. Napa does it here in Bismarck. I'm sure.
Barrows is here.
Welcome in, Barrows. Are we setting the clocks back tonight? I believe we will, yeah. Whether we want to or not.
Yes, yeah. I used to, when I had the Mazda, I just left it on this time.
Oh, Dougster has a dog retrieval methodology. That makes sense. You guys can read that comment. Staying home is fine. Yeah. Real Auto Paint had hardener. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'll do, is I'm going to buy Real Auto Paint with hardener and the whole thing. And we have
but then you need to have a respirator.
Yeah, and we'll probably have to set up some kind of ventilation in here, and we'll have to tarp everything down, or maybe I'll bite the bullet really hard and pay somebody to shoot it for me, somebody who is already set up. That's expensive. I mean, it's a lot of work. I understand why it's expensive.
Mark Sauvé, I didn't know it was a thing in Tennessee to set clocks back. Yeah, there's only 2 states in the U.S. that don't, and that's Arizona does not do that stuff. They stay on standard time the whole year. And so they call it Arizona time, which never changes. And then Hawaii, because they're so close to the equator, it doesn't make any difference anyway.
Do you know what Cher used to say about setting the clocks back?
Oh, I don't know.
If I could turn back time, and if I could find
Hey, you're gonna get us. You're gonna get us. Steve,
I'll take back all the words that have hurt you, and you'd stay. Okay.
Yeah, what else? You've been polishing the crank.
I did. I polished the journals on my crankshaft. I'm done finishing. I did some grinding. I had these grandiose ideas that I was going to lighten the crankshaft, and then I took the pistons out, and I realized that they are the heaviest pistons, like the cheapest, heaviest aftermarket replacement pistons that you could buy. They're just garbage, and I don't have the money to buy new like.
What's a set of pistons cost?
Well, okay, the cheapest set of pistons that you can get is only a very narrow margin better than what I already have. So it's not worth spending $200 for a set of pistons that isn't really much better. But good pistons are like $400. And I'm like, oh, $400. Like the whole rest of the engine is only $400. So like to spend that on pistons, it's like, ugh. And then if I'm going to buy expensive pistons and fart around with lightening the crank assembly, then I need to get the whole thing rebalanced. And that's going to cost money and have to go to the machine shop. And it's like, no, it's that can of worms. It's like once you pop, you can't stop. You just have to keep spending. And it's like this isn't that one. This is a 318. We're going to put it back together and we're going to enjoy it.
The chat is scrolling by and I'm trying to respond. Man.
Go ahead.
Well, it's gone.
It's gone?
It's gone up above. Oh, I know. It was Barrow says he just got home from the shop. Corvair project is officially started. Mark LeVay says another reason to move to Arizona. Move to southern Arizona where it's warm.
Oh, man.
Because you move to northern Arizona, it's at 7,000 feet and it gets cold.
He has one of those clocks. That's the one over there.
That's the one they were talking about. You're going to go get it?
I'll go get it so I can see it.
So everybody knows what they're talking about?
It's amusing.
She's knocking stuff over. I can hear stuff falling to the floor.
Because time isn't real. It's made up.
The crank forged your cast.
It is a cast steel crank.
That is a cast steel or cast iron?
Cast steel crank.
Really?
It's pretty freaking strong. It rings real nice. I should bring it over here with a thing and ring it for you.
The early ones were all forged steel, weren't they?
They were.
Yeah, the early ones, and then they weren't.
And nobody ever broke them. The thing of it is the crank is not going to be the weak. You'll blow the freaking mains out of the block before you'll hurt this crank, unless you run it for extended periods of time with set so that it has too much timing and pre-ignition.
See, Wendy's here. She says she already set her clocks back.
Like you really have to beat it up. Like it's unusual for a crank to break in a 318. They don't make enough power to break the crank, you know. And I was probably going to run into automatic transmission, and it came out of a vehicle with an automatic transmission. It's never had the pilot bearing in it for a manual transmission. A manual transmission is obviously more jarring on a crankshaft. You really can't jar a crankshaft near as hard with a torque converter as you can with a clutch. So this thing hasn't been abused in that way. It's just not likely to ever break. I could cut a couple of pounds of steel out of that crank. I already took some pieces out. I took some of these pieces out that were, it's like, but it's only 50 grams of weight. It's like it's a lot of cutting and grinding, and it's messy. It's dangerous to get in your eyes. If it rings, it's forged.
Hippie Long.
I don't think.
Nah, they all ring. Hippie Long. We've been eating pistachios. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. Different strokes for different folks. Yeah.
318 is a high revving engine. They like to be seriously spun up. I don't think with this camshaft it can spin up.
This camshaft is very low lift. It's what did I say? 370 lift or something like that. It's. I just want V8 torque and power. I'm looking at slant 6 pistons. Okay, there's 6 of them. 318 pistons. There's 8 of them. We're gonna have more. It's like 230 foot-pounds of torque at like 3,000 RPM. And I'm gonna build it so that it doesn't run out of wind real bad. But it's not gonna be like, what am I gonna do? Race it? What am I gonna race the car? No, I just want it to.
I'm not gonna take it to no-name nationals and race it. No.
Well, yeah, but I'm not gonna win in the Triple Crown with a 318 unless
little pickup.
Not unless I start dumping money into it. Not unless I start.
But you can go race in the class and stuff, huh?
I just want it to be a fun motor.
Or you can go and bracket race, and you can race I learned. You can race a Tesla and almost win.
In my mind, they saw an old car today. What kind of car? In my mind, the motor that's in the truck right now is a 2.5 liter 4-cylinder engine. And it's got a lot of miles on it, but it seems to run okay. But compared to that, a 318 is going to be a monster. It's a very light little 2-wheel drive truck. A 318 will make it into a freaking rocket. It'll be a lot of fun, right? I don't know if I can I don't know if I can make the 5-speed that's in the truck to a 318. I might do that, or I might use a 904 transmission.
Crashes Roadrunner Garage is here. Good evening. And Dougster says 318 short block reported 360 heads and intake was great melt. And my friend, Kim's got a set of 360 heads. The valves are bigger. I was looking at them and go, man, this is great. And then she started pulling it apart, and the valve guides are like clink, clink, clink.
The valve guides are burned out, and all the exhaust valves are burned. And it's like, no, the cost to rebuild is too much. Hippie Long says, are you telling me you removed material from the crank? Yeah.
Yeah, we did that kind of stuff. Tony did that to my slant, and I was worried about the balance. He goes, don't worry about it. You're never going to turn it. It's just don't worry about it. It's fine. You know what? He was right. Kim, you never know when the guy is raised as you never know when the guy next to you will screw up. Well, we're gonna balance some of the stuff in that engine. We'll balance the rods. We might even, I don't know. You can't really balance the crank because we don't have the, what do they call those?
In the second round
counterbalances, whatever you call it,
of the 6-cylinder class at No Name Nationals, I got lined up beside the Buick Grand National Supercharged 3.8, and I thought, man, this guy is gonna blow the wheels off my car. But I cut my light, and I was, part of the way down the track, and I looked, he wasn't catching me. So, I mean, I ran it out, and he was nowhere near. I let off, so I knew I wouldn't break out, and I beat a Buick Grand National in round 2 of the 6-cylinder class. You can win, just like, yeah. I mean, we set the races up so it's competitive for everybody in any vehicle for bracket racing. That's really the fun thing about bracket racing is mismatched cars can still have exciting races, and you can still get wins even if you're not an expert racer. And I know that I'm never going to be like a super, super good racer because my reaction time is really bad because I have nerve damage and it messes me up. But I just took my car and ran my number and won races. Won a couple rounds. It was exciting. It was fun. I didn't go there to win. I just went there to spend time with friends and enjoy the cars and stuff. But I got to, go through a couple rounds. It was exciting. And I don't know what happened with his car, but I just ran my race and won. So yes, it's really fun. Now with the Triple Crown, I might win a round, but I'm not going to go multiple rounds with a regular stock 318. But it'll be fun.
How much do you think Tony lightened my crank and my? He cut some stuff off my crank. You said it wasn't much.
He didn't cut anything off. He just polished out the imperfections. He didn't cut. Like that's a chunk, right? I wafer cut. Here, this one's a little bigger. I wafer cut a chunk off the crank.
She said it's not going to make any difference. We'll see.
Well, I cut equal amounts off of both sides. Kim, you've won more races than I have at the No Name National.
Really?
You didn't? You haven't got any rounds?
He's been there 4 years. I thought he'd won a couple of them by now.
Some.
Well, I think what's funny about Ray is he raced his 59 Chevy, and then a couple of years later, he's using the 59 Chevy for his tow vehicle to bring his race car. That's pretty good. You could have raced both of them.
Yeah. No Name Nationals is not like other
It's a fun thing. It's a fun thing.
Events.
You're not going to win any huge pots of money or anything.
Well, I know when I was younger and I was going to events, I really wanted to win. Like I was excited that my car was gonna be faster than it. I was just trying to make it go faster and faster and faster. That was like in my head very much. It was like, how can I go faster? And I wanted to win. I wanted to, cut that light and get that, get that car and get that light and the win light. And I just really wanted that. And I'm happy for the people that come to the event that feel that way about it. But like, I don't view this event in that same way because I know the people there. When I went to these other events, I hardly knew anybody. Whereas now I really realize that the real wins are the friends we made along the way.
Mark 3, what does that say? Is that a word that's made out of numbers, or is that just something after? I don't know. Mark. Howdy, that crank is out of balance big time.
Woohoo!
Maybe it will be.
You know what, though? I'm not too worried. I'm not planning on spinning it way up. I'm really not.
Tony did that to my crank, and I was all worried about it. And Tony kept saying, UTG kept saying, don't worry. And then we just put it together the way it was, and we're fine. I don't notice any. I know what an out of balance engine really feels like. And I don't even feel anything like that. So I don't know. Whatever.
I'm going to tell you these.
Oh, there's
these cheap replacement pistons.
They got steel in them.
They have steel in the webs to reinforce them, to make them stronger for cheaper. They weigh, because they're 30 over pistons, so they're not factory pistons. And I've looked it up. Factory pistons weigh 530 or something, and these weigh like 650. So these are like more than 20% heavier, and I know they did not rebalance that crank when they assembled this short block for this rebuild. Well, I know they didn't do it.
And the rods, and when we pulled it apart, the rods are different.
They don't even match.
They're different brands, and you look at them and you go, man, this is thicker here, this is thinner here.
And they're as cast. Nobody has balanced.
So it's just...
They put them together and ran it. So for a driver...
We will balance the rods.
It's enough.
We will balance the rods.
We'll balance the rods, yeah. But it's not going to matter because the crank isn't balanced. And you know how bad it's going to vibrate?
How many miles are you going to put on that? You're just going to drive the truck around the property a little bit, take it to No Name National.
I don't know. I might turn it into a driver. It's a nice little truck.
You got paperwork on it. I guess you could.
I've got paperwork on that truck. I could drive it. I could use it as a little pick-me-up truck. A 318 wouldn't be so bad of economy. If I put exhaust on it, no one would even think anything of it. It just looks like a regular old truck.
Is that a rebuilder engine? Yeah, somebody rebuilt that. It's 30 over. It was some company did it apparently.
I mean, they used the cheapest parts they could source. It's obvious that they did. That's a replacement crankshaft, and it was balanced for factory stuff. It was not rebalanced. They just got it from a jobber, and it was balanced to factory pistons, and these are way heavier than factory pistons.
I forget why did you take the. Oh, you took the rods off because they were all different. We were going to balance.
We're going to balance the rods. I'm going to do a little bit of lightning. What I'm going to do, y'all can hate me, and if I'm wrong, you can tell me I told you so. I've said that a lot of times. Flat tussle valve reliefs bring the deck down, cut the heads down a bit, you're good to go. Gains you get from dropping piston and crank weight are minimal in comparison. Yeah. If I was going to put money into it, I would do other things. But honestly, I'm no. The engine block doesn't need machined. We ran the brush hone through it, and it cleaned up perfect. Like it didn't have a ton of miles on it after the rebuild.
Yeah, there's no ridge or anything.
So,
no taper, no ridge on those cylinders.
I bought a set of good rings from Hastings. We're going to put new cast iron rings in the pistons are not like the skirts on the pistons aren't all worn out or anything. So we're going to reuse those dumb pistons because cheap. It's just going to be a cheap motor.
Mexican spec. Good evening.
Because we have so many projects that we want to do. I can't spend all the money in one place, and this isn't the place. If I'm going to put money into something, I'm going to start with something better. I'm going to start with a Magnum because the Magnum heads are better. The Magnum pistons are better. The Magnum...
Yeah, the whole thing's better.
And I've got the Magnum 360. So we'll see. Is there a steel shim head gasket for that engine? Not that I'm aware of. Actually, one of the problems is that you can't get a 318 head gasket anymore. They just make 360 head gaskets, and that's what you use on the 318s. So then there's a big gap between the top of the piston and where the fire ring is.
Because the bore is
smaller. So that's dumb.
Well,
I'm going to lighten these rods. I'm going to drill a hole right in the center of this.
It's a really cheap engine.
Yeah.
That she's freshening up. That's all it is.
We're
not going to use any money on it.
We're going to go from a 4-cylinder to a V8, and that is going to more than double our torque, and that's going to make it a lot of fun. And that's how I'm going to sell it in videos. Is can we V8 power an old truck, something like that. I don't know.
What transmission you want to use?
Well, I don't know if I can. I have a V8 bell housing, but I don't know how much trouble it will be to.
For that manual transmission? That is a manual transmission. What's your truck have right now?
The truck has a 5-speed in it.
Okay.
But it's a really little light 5-speed for that 4-cylinder. But I didn't really look at it. I don't know if I'll be able to reuse it.
Hippie Long says 30 over aluminum pistons, $199. What is that? The price?
Hippie Long, yeah. Yeah, that sounds right. But those are cheap ones, and they're going to also be kind of heavy. It's not much of an upgrade from what we have.
We already have cheap ones.
Yeah, we already
have. These don't have many miles on them.
But they're the cheapest ones. So they're the $150 ones. And for the savings of $50, they're freaking heavy. So if I got the $200 ones, they'd be a little lighter. But if I get the $300, they're even better. And if I get the $400 ones, they're like pop-up pistons, and they'll give you extra compression. I'm not doing any of that. We're going to put it back together. Because that's what you do.
Amigos.
And we might, I'm not going to light these rods. We'll balance them, but we're not And these rods. I was gonna light rods. I had all these grandiose ideas, but now reality's setting in. Like that's a lot of work for an LA 318 that's going in an old pick-me-up truck. It should do burnouts.
You know, this isn't a showpiece. This isn't something that's gonna set speed records. It's just a truck.
I'll put it's 14-inch wheels. I'll put some. We got lots of old 14-inch tires, so it ought to do burnout.
Oh yeah, you need if you're gonna run a track, you need a SFI scatter shield.
Oh, do they make one for small block Mopar? How much is that? It's probably $300.
That's a bunch of money. You know, it's just.
Man.
What do you have a? Do you have another 904?
I do.
Yeah, so we put a 904.
Yeah.
I mean, that'd be the way to go anyway. Put a 904 in it. Just drive it. Be nice.
Connor's friend, typical racer, just swapped out a V6 to a V8 in a Dodge pickup. All right. I will have to look at his contents, see what his process was like. See, this is a 4-cylinder truck. This is an older Dakota.
To be honest, I'm going to Turlock swap meet tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
Turlock's a town in the kind of Central Valley of California. Big,
Bigger?
yeah,
Bigger.
yeah, I lost for words. Big, I don't know. Do you know what the Central Valley is when I talk about it? Big agricultural area in California. That's kind of where he is. That's where Turlock is.
I have a pretty good idea what's involved in changing out a motor in a Mopar. You know?
Yeah, those SFI bills. It's for my Ford, $1,200, so that killed it. Yeah, we won't have $1,200 in 3 of these cars.
Well, that answers that, right? If I can't tech with a manual transmission, then I got to go automatic.
Studded snow tires make awesome sparks. You know what else makes awesome
sparks? Do they really
sparks?
make sparks?
Is when you have steel belted radials and they're worn out and the steel's starting to show. You can go around corners and make sparks.
I don't know if I want to make a lot of sparks. Yeah, maybe no. Maybe no. One of the good things is we tore it all the way down to the crank, so we can put new rear main seal in it. You know, the only easy way to replace the rear main seal is to take the engine all apart. So that'll be good.
I'm afraid to do burnouts with the bit because the axle shafts might break. You know what? That's something I had to do to my Corvette, and that's why that big jack I have here. That's why I bought that big jack and those big jack stands, because I can get that Corvette 41 inches off the ground, which I could sit under there, kind of bent over. But that's why I did that, so I could pull those half shafts out and replace all 4 U-joints, put it all back together. It was kind of it was like an all-day job, working by myself in a garage without all my tools, and it was, but I was able to do it.
Yeah, the studs and tires also make projectiles during burnouts. Do they actually come launching? I wondered about that, Ray. Vero says he already has a Lakewood certified bell for a Chevy, so that Corvair is going tunnel ram, small bolt Chevy, and Muncie 3 pedals. Nuts. Nuts.
Where are you putting the engine in that Corvair? Is that going up front, or is that going in the back seat area, or what's going on with that? I'm interested in that. Tires also make projectiles. Oh, studs make projectiles during burnouts? Oh, man. They come up through the car.
Gearhead says Google says you can still purchase gaskets from your local parts store or performance dealer sites. You can purchase gaskets, but the size is for the 360 bore.
Yeah, the holes are a little bit big.
But yeah, it'll say they're the right ones, and they are. It works, but it messes up the compression a little more, and now you have like a little gap for.
Hey, JB's Little Shop. Good evening.
It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, the Crown kit. That's the one that's in the back seat area. That's a pretty cool kit. Well, Parquet is here.
Oh, hey, Kay. JB's Little Shop is here as well. Welcome in. Mo Parquet has some new content out. Mo Parquet, I saw that your recent live stream that you did had 2,800 views.
Are you
That's
kidding me?
phenomenal.
Yeah, I wish
Congratulations. Way
views.
to go. I mean, that's great.
Why are you doing that?
Maybe if you were a little younger and a little prettier and a woman
With thinner waist.
and you were danced better and had a cooler car, although your car's pretty cool. I see your car when I walk by. I'm a little jealous. Although I've been feeling pretty good about my car. It looks good. It's got the wider back tires, and it's sort of.
Mine won't do donuts like her slow.
It's kind of got like a pro sort of mod look to it. It's got the little antenna on the top for the CB radio. I think it looks cool. I've been happy to see it out there in the driveway. All it needs is the gas tank fixed, and it's running great. Kim, with a rear main, do not match seams to seam. Clock it half an inch, says Hippie Long.
I used to do that.
I don't know. I'll have to look at the gasket, because some of the gaskets, they come up and then go over like that, so you have to put them in.
Yeah.
I'll see what kind it is, and I'm going to look at the constructions. Mo Parquet.
George Daly. Good evening.
Okay. Mo Parquet switched to sub-only chat, and that helped a lot. I'll bet you're getting a bunch of subscriptions that way, too. Yeah. Mexican Spec, if you get 2,800 views on a live, like, it gets so hectic. So if she needs to, yeah, too many trolls. Too many trolls. But that's amazing. We've never had any kind of response like that. But we don't get any trolls. Everybody who's in our live is like cool. They're like people we know. But growth is very slow. But it's very manageable. So I don't know why YouTube treats us like that, where they don't really funnel people to us. But I'm glad that your experience is so different. Yeah, well, I don't know. No, over the course of the live, I guess it was 2,800.
Daniel Morrissey. Good evening. Daniel Morrissey from Petaluma.
Petaluma, California. Dream of California.
It's raining here again. Just one of these old soakers. It's not like thunderstorms rolling through. It's just a continual soaker day after day. It dried out enough for a day. I was able to get the car out of here and get it uphill. It didn't spin at all. It just went up. It was okay.
Before it rained today, you barely got out of here. You got out in the window. JB doesn't have much time. Just point, shoot, upload.
So you people rebuilding LA engines using rope rear main seals?
Not me. Not me. This kit is. I just bought a complete Velcro kit. I know that's very basic, but that's what I did. I bought a Velcro kit. It has all the stuff that I need for a reasonable price. I've used the Velcro stuff. The quality is predictable. In my experience, it's predictable. Like, it's good. It's definitely not the best. It's definitely not performance. It's just basic, but it's basic good. And I've used other stuff. The cheaper stuff is it's marginal.
JB's Little Shop says, I don't have time to play with this YouTube stuff. I just point, shoot, and upload. That's what I do with, I forgot to put up a short. I gotta do that before, well, it's still early.
Every time.
Oh, I'm sorry. Not every time.
George Daly says, I've repaired rear seals in the car with rope seals. But if I remove the motor, no. Yeah, it might be easier to replace a seal
no, there's a tool
with a rope.
Pushes it through.
Yeah.
600 Chevys.
I don't know. Part of tearing this motor down is it needed resealed. It was old enough. It had enough miles, enough age. The seals, it was leaking out the front cover, which I'm really glad we took the front cover off because it was bad.
The front cover is the worst thing on there. You bought a new front cover.
Bought a replacement front cover because it was going to need some serious work to fix it. So I was able to get one pretty cheap. That was one of the most expensive parts of putting this back together is getting an aluminum front timing cover.
Timing cover need to be replaced. You got a really nice new one.
Yeah, because where the water jacket goes through the timing cover to the motor, it was all bound up. It was had a big buildup of little pieces of wire that had come out of the engine over the years, and they were all corroding that aluminum real bad, where it was like paper thin, and it was gonna. When it leaked, it was going to leak into the timing chain area. And I was like, no. We could have ground it all out, polished it, and then like epoxied it and reformed it. But it was like, I found a timing cover for a really reasonable price.
John Cope says, Halloween is over. Christmas season starts today. Nope, we were in Lowe's, a month ago? They had Christmas trees.
They had all the
Christmas
stuff.
Everything. I'm not kidding, a month ago.
Yeah.
It was at least a month ago. It might have been more than a month ago.
Was it that long?
Oh yeah, it's when you were. It's when you were putting you were doing the tubing out front, burying the tubing out front.
Oh, it has been a month.
Oh yeah,
Right.
72 degrees in here. It warmed right up.
It has been a month.
Yeah, and Ray says, John Cope, Thanksgiving first. Faye says, how was your day, Kim and Buff? Oh, we goofed off.
Yeah.
Yesterday I took the car out of here. Kim was resting. I drove to the store and did a little grocery shopping by myself. A couple people look at my car and go, I like your car, nice car. How old is that?
100 years.
48 years old. Really? And then, I don't know. I don't think of Fairmonts as being that old, but I guess they are.
Yeah.
Well, people notice they're old, and I don't notice. I see a box body. I don't think they're old. That's just me. So anyway, I bought a couple of things Kim likes, and then I bought her some eggnog. And she's never had eggnog, and she goes, eggnog? I don't know if I want to eat something called nog, And I said that some people pour booze in this, but I think that ruins it. I poured her a little bit in a cup like this. She drank. She goes, oh, that's sweet, and it's got cinnamon or something. And I go, yeah, it's good, isn't it? So try it in your coffee. She tried it in her coffee, and she goes, it really didn't work in the coffee. So I don't know. She has some eggnog to drink, not a lot, of course. And she's got to drink it before I drink it, because I'm not supposed to drink that stuff.
It's beginning to look a lot like Easter.
Barry Kuda says, my 245 Hemi 6's rope seal drips just a little, and I'm thinking of fabricating a drip catcher.
Right.
Rather than taking the engine apart,
Yeah.
It'd be long. I was afraid to clock it, and should listen to the old guys, Tony and John.
They know. They know how it's done.
There was a few years ago, I bought a chainsaw from Walmart. It was on clearance in August. because they were making room for Christmas in the garden center.
Man.
George Daly says Fairmont's a great car. Yeah, my Fairmont's actually a Mercury Zephyr, but the same damn thing. Except it's got a Mercury emblem on it somewhere. And I remember my mother bought a Fairmont station wagon in late in '77. It was the first year, and Mercury dealer was next to me, and the guy always says, "Hey, we'll match the price." He goes, "They're $100 more." He goes, "We'll just knock the $100 off. Ever buy a Mercury from us?" And she already bought the Ford, but $100 difference, and I don't know what you got for $100. A Mercury emblem, different grill, different taillight lenses. Yeah, Ray says everything built in the 2000s is new to me. Yep, me too. That's what I say about our Jeep. That's a new car, and it's an '08. So what's that? 18 years old. I remember an 18-year-old car was crazy old. JB says, I'm wondering what Kim is bringing next year to race. We don't know.
That's a long way away.
John Cope says, I love eggnog. I had to quit drinking eggnog because I could gain 10 pounds. It's like just a couple of days before Christmas. And I didn't put booze in it. I didn't like that. I had people put, I don't know, whatever the hell they put in eggnog as alcohol, and I think they ruined it. But I just drank eggnog, and man, I think I gained 10 pounds in like a couple of days. JB says if it has a computer, it's crap in my opinion. Let's just say, I love eggnog. I think they put nutmeg in it. Maybe they do.
Yeah.
Nutmeg or cinnamon or something. I don't know. There's a eggnog is a gift from heaven. Sprinkle a little extra nutmeg on top. Oh man. JB, I hear you're stepping things up a bit with the trash truck. Inspector Bruce says, I like eggnog and I like coffee, but I don't like eggnog in my coffee.
I wouldn't recommend it.
Yeah, she tried it.
I tried it, but
I thought that would work, but it didn't.
I don't think it's that really good.
Your head says Tom and Jerry's are good too. Very good. It says nutmeg could be dangerous. Really? JB says it'll be impressive next year. It was impressive this year. You won.
Yeah. Trash trucks.
George Daly says vodka. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not opposed to drinking. I just don't drink much. Maybe I reached my life's allotment of alcohol when I was in my 20s or something. Mopar K says, hippie long. It's all right. Just letting you know. Oh, I missed something there. I'm sorry. Arrows. The only reason I tell people 95 and under for a car is because you can cut out the computer and put a carb on them. Yeah, Kim's been doing that.
Yeah, that's how that little Dakota is right now. That's how that Bronco is.
Yeah, that Bronco's got that big long tunnel ram intake manifold you made.
Yeah, but that's like a completely custom thing. It's not easy to do. It's not easy to do. So, yeah, 95 or older, actually older than that. Back in the 80s is where you can just take the computer off and put the older stuff in them.
Mark Sylvain says, my son, rest his soul, would buy almost a dozen pints of eggnog weekly until the season was over.
Holy moly, a dozen pints.
Oh, I was the same way. I couldn't leave that stuff alone. But that's why one of the reasons I gained so much weight, because I do stuff like that. And since I lost that weight, I drank about this much eggnog, just tried it, it's like, it's good, but it's very tempting. But Daniel Morrissey saying hi to Inspector Bruce. They are friends up there in Petaluma. Barrows, I've made eggnog shakes as well. They're good. I bet they are. The time you see turkeys for sale in New Zealand is Christmas for some reason. Yeah, it's probably warm there at Christmas. That's what was weird. When I was in Hawaii, it was warm and nice in Christmas. People at the beach in their swimsuits. Yeah. Dave says, Kevin Buff, are you ready for Thanksgiving? I forgot all about Thanksgiving. What are we going to do at Thanksgiving? Yeah. Next thing we have on our agenda really is my son's moving away. And we're going to get together with him before he moves. But that's before, we're going to be here alone. No more relatives. Well, Sharon will be around. My stepmom will be around. Maybe we should do something with Sharon on our
yeah. Well, her daughter's here.
Yeah, and her daughter and kids, great grandkids.
I gotta move this. I'm sorry. This is gonna make.
She's gonna make noise.
Sorry, guys. Sorry about that.
Kim, I got a question for you.
What is the question?
Did you lop those legs off?
Yeah.
Well, I noticed that they were lopped off. I wondered
up against the wall.
I wondered why, because I made that thing. I don't remember doing that. I guess it's okay. See, JB I've been talking with a Powell Cam guy. He says he can do what I want. We will see.
Good deal.
Daniel Morrison says you can freeze eggnog for only 6 months. When you defrost it, it's perfect. Really?
Yeah, I don't see how it would go back in the freezer.
Very good. I've never been cold at Christmas. I've almost always been cold at Christmas, except when I was in Hawaii. 1 year I was in Hawaii. It was warm.
We got to get the furnace.
I was in a mall, big old. You remember how the old big malls were in Honolulu, and they had some big Christmas. All these people dancing and Christmas decorations. They had girls out there in their bikinis that were like Santa Claus bikinis.
Santa Claus bikinis?
Dancing. I'm like, I never seen anything so silly. I just looked good, but it was. It didn't seem like Christmas. It's just too warm.
Silly.
I've had eggnog ice cream. Oh, that'd be good. I can't eat ice cream anymore either. Turn release. I'm not sure what that's about. GB's Little Shop. Says Kay is a good girl. Then he says my fingers aren't working. Huh?
Kay is very nice lady.
Okay. I get attached to people easily. Million trolls. I won't care, but if someone I know says something, I get feels hurt. Mark Survey says, freeze eggnog, it doesn't last that long here. Oh, you drink it first, yeah. That's what would happen here. You drink it before you freeze it. George said, I wish I had a garage. Well, I worked outdoors for years. When I bought this place, I was working at a fence contractor, and I said, okay, going to buy this place, and I'm going to pay it off, and work, and then refinance at a lower interest rate, and then worked and paid it off. So,
How many years did it take you to pay this place off while working?
It took 13 years. 13 years? 12 years. It took 12 years.
But that's after what you had.
It took more like 12 and a half years.
Invested in the other house that you put down on.
But the other house that was a piece of crap. I broke even on that house because with all the work and everything we did on it, we lived in it. We bought it, worked on it the whole time we lived in it, and kind of almost finished it by the time we left. And we sold it for about what we had in it. But I guess that's okay. It means we lived for 3 years for free, Well, for our work. I mean, we worked on that house a lot. Wendy English says she never had eggnog. Well, you're just like Kim last night. She never had it last night.
And nog didn't sound like a good thing.
Nog didn't sound. I said, yeah, it's like people that never had grits. Grits doesn't sound good, but grits. Yeah, I don't know. You know, you have a grit in it. Well, no, it's cornmeal. Just try it. You know, it's the name. Yeah, Mo Parquet. You hear? Do you eat grits? Oh, very good. It says, Buff, you wouldn't have had a cold Christmas in Southern California. Well, I thought it was cold because I didn't know any better. I lived in Central California. It'd be in the people laugh. It'd be in the 50s, high 40s, low 50s, which felt cold to us then. Daniel Morrissey, I ate big eggnogs and freeze them, but I buy a lot during the season drink. Oh, okay. And yeah, I like that stuff, but I just can't do that. JB's Little Shop says, dang, I still have 10 years to go, and I can't keep up the chat. Sorry, I'm missing some stuff. No Parquet, grits is a staple in the South. Yeah, that's why I asked you. You know what? I went down there to somewhere right along the coast, and somebody said to me, have shrimp and grits. So I had shrimp and grits. Man, that was so good. The only thing is the carbs are so high on the grits, but I still like them, you know. I just got to not eat a lot. No Parquet says, has to be made right. Not all grits is good. And no instant grits. That's I used to get instant grits too. I went to a restaurant down there, somewhere along the coast, and the guy I was with was from that area, and he says, get the shrimp and grits." So I did. It was a big bowl of grits and shrimp. Man, I ate it all. I was hurting. I ate so much. Man, that was good. Wendy says Don likes cocoa grits, but can't find it here in PA. Well, Parquet. I love eggnog. Well, Parquet says cocoa grits. That's a new thing to me. Mexican spec. I don't eat oatmeal. That is the rule they used to give to orphans in the olden days. Yeah, when I was a kid, that was a treat for us. We had cold cereal for breakfast almost every morning. Once in a while, my father would come in and he'd make oatmeal. Man, that was a big deal for us. It's kind of funny. You saw it as something for orphans. Probably was. Hippie Line K, the Piggly Wiggly still exist. They exist here in Tennessee. I think they were a Southern food store. They're just a food store, right? Well, Parquet says grits and shrimp with Gouda is all right. Josh Holman, good evening. How you doing? Daniel Morrissey, sugar-free eggnog. Oh, I gotta find that. I gotta find that. Okay, Kim, we're going to the store when we're done here.
Okay.
No, because we go to the store when we're done here, the store will be closed. Yeah, they closed like 2 minutes ago.
You know what? They might have it if we go up to.
What, the cat? The lion?
No, if we go up to the. Well, they'll be all closed. But
they're all closed now. Yeah,
some of the little stores will have seasonal stuff.
See, the stores used to be open 24 hours, but not anymore. Well, Parquet says IHOP is a no-no for grits. Waffle House, no. A Waffle House. I don't think I've ever been in a Waffle House. Tony, you know, UTG Tony, he always tells everybody he works night shift at Waffle House. Can you imagine that? Stray Bullet says eggnog is the best part of the holiday season. Jimmy's Little Shop. We're all going to Kay's house to get some good grits. She better not disappoint. Kay says, my grandfather makes them so good. Man. The only reason I know about grits is because my father was born in Florida. He was kind of Southern family, but then when he was really young, his mother died. She got food poisoning and died. And then his father, and the Depression hit. Man, can you imagine being this guy? He's got 2 little boys, and his wife dies, and the Depression hits. So he ended up going to New York and getting a job in New York City. He was a printer. And he was able to work all the way through the Depression. But, you know, so then my father grew up in New York City. But it's kind of a Southern family. So my father made grits. You know, when I was a kid, my father used to make grits. So, yeah, I kind of like grits, you know. If I upload 3 videos on my channel, says Luis. Okay,
Luis.
We'll have to go look at that. Okay, your car was running like a grape ape.
The grape ape is a good thing.
The grape ape is a good thing?
Yeah.
Hippie Long says, I like French toast the most. My mother used to make French toast once in a while, but didn't have it a lot.
I broke a drill bit.
You broke a drill bit?
Yeah.
What were you doing?
Drilling.
Drilling.
How question is that?
No, I mean, what were you doing to break it? Did you like crook it or something?
Yeah.
Mexican Spec says, me too, because all I can eat these days, I did find gluten-free chocolate chip pancake mix. I don't think I've ever had a chocolate chip pancake.
I should probably come up with some kind of...
Very good. I used to live in a Waffle House.
Clamping balance.
But she doesn't live here anymore. Then he goes, I'm one of 17. We were poor, and our cereal was crackers with sugar and milk. I will never eat that shit ever again.
Yikes.
You know, it was just funny. Kim was behind me over there. I knew she was behind me, and I saw something out of the corner of my eye. I looked over there, and I saw somebody walking toward me. It's like, I thought somebody walked in the door. Like it was another person, but no, it was Kim. She snuck around that side of me. I didn't know it. Dean Stevenson, Paolo and Slimo, I are gonna do a comedy company number on you. Daniel Morrissey. Lenta is not pasta. Lenta is not nuts. I don't know. Daniel Morrissey. When the family came from Dahlia, they settled in Cow Hollow, San Francisco, California. Really? Mark Silvey says, try to make French toast with eggnog. It's awesome. Oh. We've still got some slices of bread, and we have eggnog. Elon, gluten-free is a tough road. Pretzels are okay. They polish your teeth. Well, see, Mexican Spec's got to do everything gluten-free.
I should. I noticed the inflammation. I eat too much gluten.
JB's Little Shot says, dang, Wendy, you're close to what I grew up with. My great-grandparents had 18 children.
Yikes!
Oh, my God.
That's a lot of kids.
See, Mexican Spec said, yes, they are. That reminds me, I need some gluten-free pretzels for the ride north to deliver the truck. They're easy to eat on the road. JB's Little Shop. Family reunions were not fun. And Can you guys hear that noise? Maybe. Well, reading is not fun. You never know who's going to snatch you up and correct you. What a car I found. My mom used to make liverwurst sandwiches. I'll never eat that again in my life. My mother used to take chicken livers and cook them and put them in a sandwich. And I liked it when I was young, but then I don't know if I'd like that now. George Daly says, I live in New Jersey now. Very good. I tried a pretzel once. I didn't like it. Really, yeah, I'm not a big pretzel fan. I don't really like pretzels.
You don't like pretzels?
Not really. There's something about the taste of a pretzel just isn't right. Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna not eat it, but it's like I'm not gonna go buy a bag of pretzels. And those big soft pretzels, they're okay, I guess. I don't. Not really. Daniel Morrison said Italians make French toast with I don't know what that word is. Panettone? Panettone? Oh, that was a bad noise. Kim just stopped the drill press. George Daly says near Wildwood. Dean Stevens says Paulie and Comedy Company on gnocchi, which looks like gnocchi, but it's gnocchi, is potatoes. Potatoes is not nachos. George, I'm a former PA. I'm former PA, now California. Kim is former PA, but not now California. She's now Tennessee.
Mm-hmm. Tennessean.
She's a Tennessean.
Tennessean?
Tennessean. What is this, George? I'm not even going to read that. Okay, that's cool. Too much fumes to the brain for one day. GB says, I've got to run, people. 5 a.m. comes early. Hope everyone has a great night.
Hey, thanks for stopping in, JB.
Yeah, thanks for being here. Have a good night. George Daly says, we were originally from Ireland. That's a Saber. George, I lived in New Jersey for my first 30 years. Really? Very good. Blue cod livers are nice, coated in flour and fried. Ooh, that doesn't sound good, but maybe they are.
It's probably better in person, right?
Probably better in person.
Doesn't sound like anything I've been. Why is this drill press run so fast?
Change the belt, so maybe it's as slow as it goes. Well, you could. Kim fixes things. Ah!
I don't like this drill bit.
It's just that drill bit is screaming. It's crying. The drill bit is crying. But what was a meal your mom would cook you didn't like? Mine was cube steak and onions. I like cube steak. And I don't know why, but I used to like that. She used to make roast beef. And my father liked meat that was well done. So when we had roast beef, it was pretty much half an hour beyond cooked. So as a kid, I didn't like roast beef. And I got friends that go, you don't like roast beef? Well, then I was in a restaurant one time. I had roast beef. And I was like, damn, this is good. What is it? Oh, it's roast beef. But I don't know. My mother treated us well. She always cooked dinner for us. But I don't know. My father wanted meat really well done, And so that's how we ate. Josh Holman says, 2 a.m. comes twice tonight. She'll have an extra hour to build that engine. Mexican Spec says, lamb chops for me. I would eat, but I didn't really like them. My mother used to make lamb chops once in a while, and I thought they were pretty good. Yeah, Mexican Spec. Clocks change tonight in the U.S., all but 2 states. Dean Stevenson says, sometimes you gotta break a few high-speed steel tips to bust through the hardened surface. I don't know what she's drilling into. What I find is, turn the drill bit slow. Uh-oh. You drilled all the way through it?
Yeah.
What you know?
What's that doing? Nothing.
Gonna
Nothing.
put
Dead
oil
weight.
down in there, I guess.
It's dead weight. Not doing nothing.
Okay.
Fingers broke my tips of my fingers a bit.
So now you gotta drill through all of them.
Yeah.
You only have 7 more to go.
A lot of work.
Oh, why did you go through one of them?
See if I
JB's
can.
Little Shop. King Kip its things. Did she sharpen a bit? So JB sharpens.
That's right. JBs are sharper. JB, we got bits.
He sharpens saw blades and bits.
I don't think most of the bits they make today are good enough to be worth sharpening.
Good enough to be worth sharpening.
No, not on a professional level.
I buy good bits sometimes, but
They stay.
I don't use them for just any old thing. Yeah, it's not the way to do that, but I suppose so.
Listen.
Now you can weigh one of the others and see what it is. See what you took out of it.
Yeah, I bet you it's like.
Now you got to take the same amount out of the other.
What do you think? It's like 3 grams. 263. Everybody remember 263.
263. It's like 200 and 265. 263. Daniel Morrissey says, I'm like your dad, but well done.
This one's 268.
So you lost 5 grams.
5 grams.
See, I was the other way. I understand why my father was like that. His mother died when he was 2 years old from eating a bad hot dog at a carnival. She got food poisoning and ended up in, I don't know, there's something bad. What is all this? What is all this? Oh, Wendy English, making sure it's 263.
Whoa.
So then, so my father was he didn't want to eat hot dogs, and he was kind of afraid to eat meat that wasn't very well done. Okay, so 253. But now the other one's 263. Now the other one's 268. So she took 5 grams out of it.
That seems like a lot of work for 5 grams.
Stray Bullet says, most of my drill bits are 40 plus years old. Not mine. You know, I bought so many of these packs of these things. And then, oops, like these things. And there's a drill bit missing out of it. But I bought a lot of these packs and like I'd be walking out of Harbor Freight and you just have one of those like $12 and I go, yep, can't pass that up. I'd buy another one. Put one here, one in the house, one in this toolbox, one in that toolbox, one in the car. Yeah, it must have been a bad hot dog. Yeah, I don't know. It was in 1929, and then the Depression hit. Yeah, my grandfather just, what a bad time he must have had. Got 2 little boys, age 2 and age 5, and wife dies, and Depression hits, loses his job. He had a Model A, and he drove those 2 kids to California to live with their cousins. Imagine that, 1929, driving a Model A all the way across the country, all the way across, dropped his kids off, drove to New York, got himself a job, found a job in New York City, found an apartment, drove back to California, got the 2 kids, brought them to New York, and continued on with life. You know,
This hole doesn't affect anything. This is a pressed in wrist pin, so oil won't affect anything. And there's strength, more strength up there than there's supposed to be. That's supposed to be that for performance pistons. They just machine that right off. I don't even know why it's there exactly. I don't know. Just know it doesn't need to be there. I think.
Very good. And not long after I bought Disco Duck. Remember that? You don't remember that. Disco Duck.
I don't think I do. No.
That was a song. What, on a 45. You know what a 45 is? The better than driving cross country in a Model T. Yep. Because I remember asking my father about those old cars. I couldn't really understand which ones were which when I was real little. I asked him about it. He goes, "Oh, Model A is a much better car than a Model T." So I remember him saying that, but then I was a little older before I figured out why. But yeah, it was either a 20, probably the first year, probably a 1928 Model A, because he'd had Model Ts before that, I guess. Casting riser on the rock.
Yeah, that's what it is.
I got to be careful with my throat. I don't want to end up having a lot of coughing. So now you got to do the rest. Why did Henry start with a T and not an A? He didn't. He started with an A. There were a whole bunch of cars before the T, and then the T went on forever. And then the A started over again, I guess. And then the Model B again was the 32 Ford that had the 4-cylinder in it, I think. You know, because the 32 had a V8, but you could still get the 4-cylinder. Where you're measuring the whole thing.
Well,
08.
This is 477. This is 492.
So there's a lot of difference. There's more difference in the whole. They weren't balanced anyway.
They weren't even batched.
They weren't even close to being balanced. That's because they're different brand rods.
These two are different brand. There's one other different brand. Most of them are this one K something, KRK. 6 of them are KRKs, and then there's this one's an LDJ, and then there's
LBJ.
LDJ.
Oh, I thought.
And then there's LBJ. A different one that's completely different, and they don't match up. They're not really the same kind. They're not the same size. They're not the same design. Like, look at the difference in the size of that circle. You can't really see.
Hippie Long says, that's a key question. What about oiling? There's no oil goes in there.
There's no oiling.
That wrist pin is pressed in there.
It's fixed. And it's not going to get loose from that little hole. That little hole is just dead weight drilled out of there.
So there's a big difference. There's a whole lot difference in weight between the rods than that hole you drilled.
There's difference in yeah, they're different.
Daniel Morrissey says, Gnocchi. It looks like Ganucci, you know, because I had a friend who used to call it Ganucci. But Gnocchi are potato dumplings. You ever had those?
Yeah.
You like them? I like them.
The ones I had I didn't like, but I would imagine there's a great variety of different goodnesses.
I knew somebody used to buy them in a bag, frozen ones, and cook them.
Yeah. That makes sense.
I always thought Ganucci sounded better than Gnocchi.
Yeah.
Enzo Ferrari decided to use fender well replacement bearings, even though they were imported. Because Italy.
Just because Italy.
There's a potato dumpling. It doesn't need a pretentious name. Very good. I just love the Wolfman. Yeah, I remember the Wolfman from when I was a kid. On XERB. Big station in, I think it was in the U.S., but the transmitter was in Tijuana. It's right over the border, so they could, man, when I was young, it had like 250,000 watts. You could hear them in Canada clearly. And then they ended up going down to 50,000 watts. And there were some Kim and Buff. You guys going to do Easter Eve, Thanksgiving Eve, and Christmas Eve live? We should. Should we make that commitment before we know what family's doing?
No, but we'll probably.
We probably do it. That's a probably. That's a. What days are those? You get my. She doesn't like when I get my phone and start looking stuff up.
No, I don't mind. Go ahead.
Gotta take my glasses off to see up close. These are close-up glasses that I use for far away, and the close-up glasses that don't work at all for close-up. Okay, so when is Thanksgiving? My calendar doesn't show what day.
That's okay, Mexican Spec. We don't expect you to be here all the time. You're
When is
already here at time.
When is Thanksgiving? What, is he leaving?
No, he
Oh,
just
not
said he
be
won't
here.
be here for Christmas Eve.
Okay, so Thanksgiving, when is that? The 20th? So the 19th is a Wednesday. Oh, yeah, well, Thanksgiving's on a Thursday. Heck, we might be here on Thanksgiving.
We might.
Christmas is the 25th.
If we have unpleasant
Christmas.
weather during the winter, we might do stuff from in the studio.
Christmas is on a Thursday as well. So we might be here Christmas Eve. We might be here on Christmas. I don't know. What was the other question? Now I can't see far away. I'm really bored. Oh, Easter. Oh, I have no idea.
Easter's way too
Easter's
far away.
like out. I might not even still be around by then. I'm old, remember? 2026. No, I gotta live another year because of No Name Nationals.
Is that why? No other reason. There's a lot of work to do on this motor. You want to help me install the rear main seal?
I don't want to install a rear main seal because then when it leaks, it'll be my fault. Hey, 390 Wagon Master. He says he's not here. We know 390 Wagon Master. Is Mexican Spec still here? Oh, Mexican Spec says I'm not saying hi. Hey, Mexican Spec, can you find 390 Wagon Master's channel, CB Radio Extraordinaire channel, and put up a link? Yeah, we're in here working on.
To your channel all year round.
Yeah, I listen to your channel all the time. What we're doing is we're working on a 318. It's Kim's 318, and she's asked me to help with a rear main seal. I'm not so sure I want to do that because then it'll be my fault when it leaks. Well, wait a minute. You already drilled a hole in that rod. Are you going to drill holes in the rest of the rods?
It's too noisy to do during the stream. I gotta pivot to something quiet.
You gotta change to something quieter.
Yeah, you guys still.
Hey, thank you,
noise,
thank you, Mexican Spec. I'm gonna click on that, make sure it works. There we go. Did it come up? It did. Okay, that works perfectly. So that's 390 Wagon Master does a live usually Thursday night before we come on. But he doesn't do it during the summer, so he's back to doing it. But I don't know if he actually has a commitment to do it every
Does that help with the lighting?
I don't know. I don't know. It really darkened it up back behind over there.
Yeah, but it's still plenty of light here.
Plenty of light
I
here.
want to get that light on this strip. I gotta do
Yeah, no, that light needs to be on, but it goes off with that strip. That's weird.
Yeah, that needs to be fixed too. Maybe I can fix that. Well, not while I gotta turn the lights off. That's a good time. But this is better lighting. Is that
Yeah,
better
that's,
contrast?
you know, Mexican Spec says that. He says, we are car oriented here, and the Ford wagons had the 390. You know how I found 390 Wagon Master? 390 Wagon Master was, I saw that, I went there thinking it was about Ford wagons. And it was about CB radios, and I was just couldn't quit watching him because I like CB radios too. So, and then his old logo that he had down at the corner of the screen, which has changed now, it looked like, remember that logo that had the three angled things with 390 under it? It kind of looked like that, and I was, he really tricked me there, but yeah.
Darn trickery. This looks good.
This looks like
You can pull that out. You want to install that? You can install that.
Why do you hand me? I just was looking at it. I didn't want to install it.
Install it. Nah.
I'll put that in the remain.
You smelt it now. You dealt.
I grabbed a seal and she wants me to install it now. Do you have that case there? Oh, I got to show that. That's the thing I want to show. Get the old one. Get the old one.
Okay.
Get the old one. This is a made in Mexico part, not made in China. And I'll take made in Mexico any day over made in China.
Yeah, threw it over. Oh, it's dirty.
I don't care. Okay, turn around and show where the bad spots are. You see where,
Right. Oh, no, the other side. Right there.
see how thin that is? That's ready for the water to dump into the oil. It's so close. I mean, I can't believe that wasn't leaking already. And of course, the new one, look at how nice that is. So,
Gotta have a real gasket service.
so she got
I'd buy it a new one because there's some things you just have to buy. You look at it, you think, man, that's no way.
390 Wagon Master. So I used 390 as my call sign from back in '81. And now he has these UDX numbers, so I'm UDX 979, because that's a number that I remembered from something else a long time ago. So he gave me one 979, one of my CB numbers. So, okay, Kim. So I have this. And this. Not made in, it's not Chinese. Well, you had a 68 Ford Galaxy. I forgot about that.
There's instructions here. Go ahead and take a look here. I'll take this.
Instructions? I'm supposed to read? You don't read instructions till you fail. And then you go back to read them.
Then you go back and see what
figure out
what
you did wrong. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure that's exactly what they wanted. Here's instructions.
It says fit. Pro installation tips rear main bearing seal. Remove all burrs. Oh yeah, you can't put that. Okay, people got to see that.
This goes on the top.
You cannot put that in rotated like people suggest because it's got things on there.
It's designed to go into
go
the
in
cap.
One way.
Here, show. That's designed to go in the top of the cap. That goes in the cap. This goes.
See how this looks? It's got these wings, so it only goes in one way. You can't register it like that. Canadian call signs were XM. Oh, like the satellite radio. Oh, this smells funny. Smell like Velcro?
I'm supposed to use sealer. Does it say use sealer?
Yeah, Josh Holman says, I can often assemble stuff without bothering with the instructions. That's why I say you read the instructions after it fails and figure out what you did wrong.
No. I don't know.
That's the right way to use instructions. You know what I use instructions on? You know, like when you buy a piece of furniture and they're going to load it in the car and I back my van up and they come over the forklift, they put it in. And then I get home and I open up the box and it's a kit. It's got like 1,000 wood parts in it and instructions. And I think I bought a chair or I think I bought a cabinet and I bought a kit. Well, those things, I read the instructions on those and it's like A goes to A and B and this and these funny looking little fasteners and stuff. Like, if I knew this was a kit, I wouldn't have bought it. Okay, in this area it was XM4912345. What is that? Let's just say we're Pole Barn Dalton resurrected a 65 Ford Custom 500. Drove it 1,000 miles home and loves it.
You know, I saw that was up. I didn't get to watch it yet. It's too long. Don't have time. I'll watch it later though. I'll probably watch it at 1.5 speed so I can enjoy it, but I'll slow it down if they say anything really technical.
Okay, this has a little flaw in it.
What kind of flaw?
A little dimple right there.
That won't bother.
I don't
That's
think
not
it'll
where
bother.
nothing rides there.
I don't think it'll bother it.
Nothing rides there. It's good. It's fine.
The moral to the story is to read the description before you buy it. What's that?
Nothing more?
I like to smell new parts sometimes. They always smell better than the old parts.
It's true. It does.
Unless they have some weird smell, then they don't smell better than the new parts. Parts have a CB license call number. In the auto area, they all start with XM49. In Canada, do you still have to have a license for a CB radio? Because they quit that stuff here a long time ago. You just buy it and use it. Kind of glad of that.
Sure doesn't look like there's any kind of special.
I'm amazed the contacts I can get with my radio, barefoot radio on sideband, so it's like 12 watts. And I talked to California. I've talked to I don't know, somewhere in the Caribbean. It's pretty interesting. I'm amazed it works. I remember my friends, when we first had our walkie-talkies, we bought walkie-talkies when we were in 3rd grade. Heat kit CB walkie-talkies. And the reason is because one of my friends he had his kids build these radios, and then everybody wanted one. But he had CB radios that were heat kits, and they were base stations at home, and they had 4 channels with crystals in them. It wasn't like 23 channels or 40 channels. You picked the 4 channels you wanted. And they were on channel 11. And they had to put their antenna up and call their father, or mother, once an hour. Tell them where they were and what they were doing, and then they go, okay, that's good. You weren't in trouble. So we all had to have radios. And that's why I learned to build my own stuff, was I built heat kits. Starting in 3rd grade, built a heat kit walkie-talkie. Mine didn't work when I got done. And I took it to this guy, to my friend's father, and he had a field strength meter, and he sat there. Ooh, Tim's hitting something. But he had a field strength meter, and he sat there and he turned this stuff and tuned it up and got it working really well. So it wasn't tuned well. So, but I remember his call sign was KKX 9535, because those kids used to get on there, KKX 9535, unit 1 to base, or unit 2 to base.
Stamped in that gasket, it says
This side in.
National Gasket, and it says Mexico. So
Mexico.
Mexico. Everything is Mexico's. Mexicali. I don't like this. I'm gonna take this little burr out.
There's a burr right there, and yeah, that'll make it.
See a little burr right there. Casting burr.
I'm
gonna just
get that out.
Swallow that out real fast. Well, I'm not gonna get fancy with it. Just
Daniel Morrissey says, I remember I had a radio base unit with a handheld radio that had Morse code. Yeah, I remember something. Remember something like that? A CB that had you could key Morse code into it. Hey, Colleen Tebow's here. How you doing?
Hey, Colleen. Welcome in.
390 Wagon Master. KHW 1276 was my dad's call sign, and that's what I use. Yeah, Wagon Master's younger than me by, I don't know, at least 10 or 12 years. And he came in a little later than me, and he said that when he first got in the CB, they used to think he was a woman because he was a little kid on CB radios. I never had that problem, or if I did, I didn't know it. Wendy says, we used radio when we were in 2 different cars. Yeah, we were using them, No Name Nationals this year. So she is, I think she's just here. I think Colleen just stopped in and went away.
She came and went.
But Wendy's saying hi to her.
Well, maybe she just said, it's fine.
Yeah, that's what it was. Go ahead, lady, break. When you're a young teenage boy, that's what you want to hear. Go ahead, lady, break. Can't wait till your voice gets a little deeper. Yeah, Luis, do you have CB radios there? Luis is in Venezuela. Do you have CB radios in Venezuela? Okay, Josh Holman says, the people that worked at Heath Company frequently had to fix kits that people built improperly that didn't work. Really? I didn't know they did that. Mine worked fine. It's just what they did was they give you a little tiny light bulb and you'd hook it up there and try to tune till the light bulb lit up. And I just couldn't tune it that way. When I took it up to my friend, he had a field strength meter. And man, he brought it right up real quick. He goes, okay. He goes, yeah, that light bulb isn't going to work very well. And, man, my radio worked fine. I don't know what happened to it. It's probably left in my parents' house when I went in the military, and I never saw it again. Louise says, yes, I have a CB radio. Really? Maybe we can talk to you sometime. Venezuela. Wow, that'd be pretty cool.
Pretty far away.
Well, you know what? That's the thing with CB, you guys call it skip. It's propagation. So it bounces off the ionosphere and makes a couple of bounces, and you can talk really long distances. I know, Mexico comes rolling in here all the time. The Mexican CBers use Channel 9 a lot, which is an emergency channel here. I don't know if it still is, but it always was. But if you turn to Channel 9, you're going to hear people speaking Spanish.
Mexico is real. We live in a bubble.
And then I hear California here on sideband almost every day. And then, where else? The Caribbean. I was listening to people today in Canada. They're in northeastern Canada, like Nova Scotia or somewhere up there. I could hear them. Oh, it wasn't today. It's when I went to the store yesterday. Luis goes, yes. Man, I didn't know you were into CB radios. That's pretty cool. Dean Stevens says, buffing out Milton Berle. What are you talking about? 390 Wagon Master. France was coming into Utah this morning. Isn't that amazing? And see, he's in kind of a bad spot. Because just east of him, there's just mountains. It's grinding. Want me to hold that? Looks like you're chasing that around. So, he's in the Salt Lake City area. So just east of him, there's huge mountains. We've got to get over those mountains. Yet, France was coming in this morning. That's just amazing. I'm gonna help her with this. Oh, it's warm. That furnace is warm. Yeah, the wood stove feels good. I have a plan. Oh, that took that off.
Wait, so better? Let me get the other one. But I don't have to be good. It's
Just, yeah, it's a bad place for a grid. Grab one of my files. It's dark over here.
you just walk away from shit. Thank you. How do you know it's France, not Quebec? Well, I don't know. I've seen the movie Zombieland. The Togo sports car rally finish control people were CB gurus too. How's it going? I guess it makes sense. Communication is critical.
I don't feel it takes a little more effort, but it does do a nice job.
Go ahead and sit. I'm okay.
Go ahead and sit.
I'm almost.
Galaxy DX 2547 CB radio. It's a nice radio. Faith says, Kim, what's your favorite holiday?
Maybe 4th of July.
She says 4th of July. My favorite holiday is Groundhog Day. Groundhog Day because the worst possible case is there's only 6 more weeks of winter. And I don't really like winter. So, knowing there's only 6 more weeks of winter is the worst possible case, that's a good day. Hey, Wagmaster, what's the radio that you have that I like so much? The what is that thing? 2000. What? I can't remember the rest of it. It's a weird looking base station that has kind of a thing that flows out. It's like a waterfall. Okay, Wendy says I'm about to get busy here. Okay, Wendy, thanks for being here, and take care. So, Cobra 2000. I don't know. I can't remember what the rest of it is. Oh yeah, there you go. 2000 GTL. Man, do I like those things. But when I look for them, man, do people want money for those things? They're a wee bit on the pricey side.
Don't be telling people that you really like it. They'll think you're in the market for one.
I'm pretty happy with that radio I have right now. That one I got from Boat Anchor is pretty good. It's the best radio I ever had. My first sideband radio. Man, I can't believe what I can do with that thing with just barefoot. I don't have an amp or anything. I just sit there and talk across the country, and I don't always get contacts, but a lot of times I do. Let's still say that my dad used to joke about radio. If you open the window, you get chilly. Prices are coming down, almost back to pre-pandemic prices. Yeah, Faith says summer's my favorite season. Man, I like once spring starts warming up, I'm pretty happy. Although we get a lot of thunderstorms rolling through here in the springtime, but spring, summer, and very beginning of fall. Tell you what, No Name Nationals. We go to No Name Nationals. I know a week later it's going to get cold. And No Name Nationals, it's always 90 or 95 degrees there, and then it's cold right away. You know. Daniel Morrison says wireless mics are very nice for CDs. Yeah, Wagon Master has one he uses that's, I don't understand exactly how it works. It's a whole wireless thing. He used it from somewhere else. I've watched him use it. Yeah, Wagon Master says early through late spring is his favorite time. Not sure, let's hope so. Things are such a rip-off lately. Does anybody notice any prices coming down? I think in our grocery store, a few prices have come down a little. I know that the generic sodas that I drink, generic colas and stuff, they came down to what they were like 2 years ago. But I don't know if everything has. I know things, and eggs came way down. What do you call it? I hate winter. Yeah, this is coming up on the only thing I like about winter is when we're in here and it's nasty outside and we've got the wood stove going, it's pretty good, but you know, we gotta have the wood stove going. We gotta go out and collect wood and cut wood. Yeah.
Well, like today, I came out here hours ago. I came out here this morning.
She was out here this morning stoking up a fire.
8 o'clock in the morning.
Keep it warm in here, yeah.
Not really that.
Hey, Luis, how cold does it get where you are? You're pretty close to the equator. Does it get cold in the winter? Or do you even notice the difference? Because like when I lived in Hawaii was very much it didn't matter to me. Yeah, it's a little warm in the summer, a little cool in the winter. Almost no difference. Heat, and I like gas heating. Wet backfires, and I'm quite fond of wood chopping in winter. Yeah, well, Dean, it's probably starting to warm up there. I would think, I would hope. Of course, you're still pretty darn far south of the equator, so I don't know what the weather pattern's like there this time of year. And Dean's in New Zealand. Very cool. I raced against Bruce once in the 1984-ish. Bryant Street. I don't know what that is. Bryant Street. I don't know what that is. He was in a 225 Valiant. I was in a BC 45. Is that Hemi 6 a lot more noticeably faster than the 225? I would expect it would be. I'm just curious. We didn't get that. We didn't get that engine here. I wish we would. Everybody wishes we would have got that engine here, but we didn't. There is one for sale here. It's over in, I think, South Carolina, or Ute over there. Dean, Buddy Carafano, your winters are a heck of a lot colder than New Zealand, really. See, I always think like Australia is further north, closer to the equator than New Zealand is. New Zealand, you're kind of out there with the ocean around you and much further south. You know, that's where we used to go stage U.S. Air Force used to go stage for the trips to Antarctica, you know, New Zealand. So I always think of New Zealand as being probably cooler. But I may be wrong. Who says Simon Foreman is done for repair on a 71 Chevrolet hardtop. Go. Dave, have you ever been to Milwaukee, Kim and Buff? I have been. Many times. They have awesome stores in Milwaukee, and my friend goes to Milwaukee all the time. Most of the time when I went to Milwaukee, I was on my way to Oshkosh for the big air show there. Dean Stevenson says, overcast, 37 degrees Fahrenheit. Ooh. And no wind in Dunedin at 4:49 p.m. Buff, warm as dust. 37 degrees Fahrenheit. You're in springtime there, and you're colder than we are. Oh, my God. Mark Survey, Mexican Spec, where are you in relation to the equator? Mexican Spec's quite far south. I don't know, where are you, Mexican Spec? You're like 500 miles south of the U.S. border, I think, something like that. Maybe it's 500 kilometers, I don't remember. That'd be a lot of difference, though. Kim and Buff, do you guys have any pets? I did. We did. We had a volunteer cat that was here for about a year and a half. Black and white cat. And her name was Powerglide. Powerglide disappeared one day. We don't know what happened to her. I think a big bird got her, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, there were birds.
There were big birds flying around here, and
stalking around, and they were gone.
Yep.
So was the kitty cat.
So was the kitty cat, and the birds disappeared. So I don't know.
It's crazy. I never thought of that being a danger.
Dean Stevenson said, Bruce is a really wonderful engineer. The Slant 6 doesn't rev well. Low-end characteristics are the same until about 4,600 RPM, and then the Hemi 245 and 265s come up live. Okay. Mark Survey, 37 Fahrenheit here as well tonight. It's here about the same as New Zealand. Wow. Louis says, I know it's true. I don't know. You missed whatever that's about. Dean Stevenson says, revving a solid lifter Hemi to 6,500 RPM is a lot of fun. See, I don't know what the Born stroke is. Is that an oversquare engine or undersquare engine? Not sure. Mexican Spec 79 Fahrenheit there. Man, you got it made. Of course, they had quite a drought this year. He didn't have rain like forever. Then they finally got rain. Very Kuda, yes, the Hemi 6 is substantially torquier than the 225 Slant, but I like them both. Yeah, we have a couple slants here. We have Kim's Dart has a slant, and my Valiant has a slant.
Yep, and we enjoy them, but
and then my Ford has a inline 6.
That's a little.
Yeah, a little 200 cubic inch 6. When the Dean Stevenson talked me into using the original head gasket, and I was afraid to do it, and then I did what he said, and I'm glad I did, because at least it kept the compression. I didn't lose compression. Wasn't
It runs okay for what it is.
I almost beat a Tesla in a bracket race. That was fun. I didn't want to race that guy, and afterwards I was like, man, I'm glad I raced that guy. It was fun. It really was fun. Yeah, he looked like a jet fighter coming up behind me. But we both got the finish line right at about the same time. Hundreds of a second difference.
That does make it more exciting. The problem is everybody's down at the launch. Nobody sees the finish.
Yeah.
It's a really difficult thing about
Dean says the RT 265 and some Pacer 245s are less durable than the non-prepared 245 and 265. Dean says Chrysler's Australian development engineers was young and exceptionally talented. I thought that 245 and 265 was developed up here for pickups, and then it went down there, and they wrapped it up down there, I think. We just didn't get it. I think they developed it in the U.S. Then they took it there. Maybe they finished it up down there. I don't know. Marks away. Oh, here I thought the equator ran close to southern USA. Here I find out it goes through South America. Yep, goes right through the middle of where.
We're not anywhere near.
Goes through the middle of where Louis lives, or it might be even south of Louis.
Pretty far.
Further south I've been is whatever the southernmost tip is in the island, big island of Hawaii, which I think is somewhere around 20 degrees, but I'm not sure. I don't remember now. Dean says it's a dyslexic 250 Falcon, 391 bore, 368 stroke, a tiny 575 rods, and a shallow 936 deck. It's like a 300 Ford with a shallow deck, much better head. Okay, yeah, the head I guess is good, but it is slightly over square though. 391 and a 368 stroke. Wagon Master, wife's calling. We'll be listening, not watching. Hey, thanks for stopping by. And yeah, listen, I do that to you. I'll be doing something and listen to your live show. Sometimes I'm sitting there, sometimes I'm doing something else, but I have it on. Faith says, what's your favorite Christmas song and movie, Ken and Buff? I don't know. Kim's over there with a big bucket putting kerosene on the crank. Mexican Spec says, look at the globe. And he put a link. Look at a globe. I'm trying to find my cursor. Okay, I'm clicking on the link.
The globe.
Oh, that's pretty interesting. Does it turn? No. It says, where's Mexico? Yeah, but it doesn't show the equator. If it does, it's in the wrong place.
It's right in the middle.
That's not the equator isn't there. No, the equator goes through Ecuador. Ecuador's way down here. The equator doesn't go through Central America. I don't know. I don't like that map. Let's see. Yeah, Mexican Spec, that thing's doesn't have the equator in it. Well, Parquet says I had to get a little one to bed.
Oh, well, welcome back. Welcome back, guys.
Mark Sauvé, we took a cruise in April 2016, I think. The day we're getting longer here, I pointed out to my wife that on the cruise ship, it would get dark around 6 to 6:30 p.m. because we were closer to the equator. Dean Stevenson, see, global tards like me can rejoice. Global tards. Mark Sauvé, farther south for me was I don't know how to pronounce that. St. Lucia. I don't know how to pronounce that correctly. But Garfano, Christmas Story. You'll shoot your eye out, Ralphie. What are you doing? Oh, you're just dipping that in there, washing everything out.
I'm rinsing, yeah. I'm rinsing this down.
She's
Because I was grinding on it.
rinsing down her crank after she was grinding on it.
Yeah,
Did you, how the oil holes look? Are they chamfered nicely around the bearings?
Yeah.
They're not going to gouge the bearings out.
Nah, they would have already been showing that problem.
Do you know what size that crank is?
That's standard size bearings.
It's standard. All right.
So I think when they did the rebuild, I think they must have had to replace the crank. I think it threw a rod because there's a big bar on this one side of the engine block where a piston hit it.
Oh, there's a mark inside the block where a piston hit it?
Sure looks like that.
So they got a crank from something else.
Yeah.
And that's why they replaced some rods with different brand rods.
I bet you. If I had to guess, that's what happened.
Terry Kuda says the Hemi 6 was designed and prototype built in America by Dodge, but improved in Australia, but redesigned the block so it would bolt to Borg-Warner automatic instead of torque plate. Wasn't good. Yeah, they changed the bell housing bolt pattern on the block. Yeah, because I thought that engine was originally supposed to go into Dodge pickup trucks, but instead it went to, it never did. It went to Australia and you didn't get it. Next Inspect said, did anyone see the new movie with the same actor as the father now? Don't know. Mexican Spec says the Buddy Car bar. I am going to have to look for it. Kim, how late do you want to be up here?
Oh, I don't know why. You want to be down there? What?
No, we're at 2 hours. Just wondering.
I don't have a plan.
You don't have a plan. Okay. I'm going to, everybody's going to have to excuse me for a minute while I put up a short. So I got to go through this little routine. Sorry. Got to find my short. Take off my glasses so I can see.
Do you have something prepared?
I do.
Secret shorts.
My secret shorts? That sounds terrible. Anybody want to see my secret shorts?
Del Campo's Secret. It's a new line of shorts.
Because see, this takes a while. For some reason up here at the shop, it takes a while to upload. Something is strange. Something is strange about that. So I'm going to have to kind of go to another spot on the internet here. Danny Morrissey. Kim, it would be fun to watch you build a mini engine kit. Some car shows have an exhibit of them. Then they start them up at a certain time during the day. Oh, those little tiny V8s and stuff. The thing is, we have stuff that's what do they do here?
That would be cool. I keep getting advertisements for the fake ones on my Facebook channel.
Oh, Tommy Hanlon. Hey, how are things in Ireland? And we have sirens out on the main road. I can hear them from here. Okay, I gotta pay attention to what I'm doing here for a minute. Dean Stevenson, it's 5:04 a.m. Oh, 5:04 a.m. in Ireland, maybe. Yeah, it probably is. So I'm going to mess with my short here for a moment, so I won't be paying attention real well. Oh man, there are some lives on. Who else is on? Oh, Fubar's live.
Who is it?
That's live?
Yeah.
Oh, Fubar on patrol.
Oh, okay.
You know, the guy in Wyoming.
Wasn't
He's live almost every night, I think. I'm looking for what I'm doing here. Man, I can smell that solvent you're using over there, Kim.
it just scares me.
Yeah, I know, but I can smell it. I don't think it's strong enough to cause a problem, though.
No, that's why I'm using it.
Although we do have a fire going in the shop.
Well, yeah, but it's...
Tommy Hamlin's going, hello there, Kim. She's off to the side over there, cleaning a crankshaft in a big old bucket.
I was grinding on it, and I polished it, so I got to make sure there's no...
Gotta make sure there's no metal, loose metal in it before she puts it in the block.
Yeah, the last thing I want is to foul out all the bearings. Polishing compound. I use valve lapping compound to polish out the bearing journals. Look good. Look real. Real nice.
Okay, what else do I need to do here? Go through the little questions I have to answer. No. This. I don't know what other. I'm trying to think of what keywords to put in here. I have keywords I copy in all the time, but I don't have that copy and paste up here. It's just an update on the Z sled.
Is it classic? Is it antique? Is it hot rod? Is it Ford?
Yeah, I got a lot of that in there.
Old man? Is it winterized? DIY? Old iron?
Fox body.
There you go.
I'm gonna stop with that. Okay, I got a lot of stuff in there. And then I got to set the time. I got to set it to public and set the time. I can't believe it's November 2nd already. Is that the correct date for this? It is. Time zone. Put the correct time zone in. That's done. And then this. Is it still going? I don't know if this goes or not. Oh, it already loaded up. Amazing.
Good.
This is usually slow as shit.
Rating Slant 6 is the chance of Cannonball says, hey, Buck, what's new? Welcome to the stream.
Campo here. There, it's up.
Anyone who takes your potatoes isn't your friend unless they pay you a great rate, Tommy. Yeah.
Okay, so my short is
Okay.
what are you talking about? Potatoes. I missed something.
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, star.
Oh, Raining Slant 6 is here. Hey, somebody new here. Good evening. Man, I'm starting to get a little cold. Why am I getting a little cold? Well, it's 71 degrees in here. I shouldn't be cold.
I got a pretty good amount of gut coffee.
My phone's beeping. Why is my phone beeping? Oh, that's somebody I haven't heard from in years. What the heck? A woman named Sarah that I worked with out in Arizona. She's a woman that had some kid, husband, nice guy, some kids. They had a Dodge Charger. Pretty nice Dodge Charger. Oh yeah, okay. I can. It's a. What do you call it? It's on Facebook. I'll look at it later. Very good. I think I know what I'm having for dinner now. Oh, what we're talking about in here? Oh, what is this? Daniel Morrissey. Potatoes are awesome. Baked butter, sour cream, chives, black pepper, bacon, and
We're talking about food.
you know what I like to put on there too? Is I like the just dry dill, like it's a spice, and you sprinkle that on there too. I actually like that better than chives, but chives okay too. Uh, Pepper, bacon. Man, Tim, do we have any potatoes? I'm not supposed to eat big bunches of potatoes.
I don't even think we have a can of potatoes.
I don't even think we have a can of potatoes. Oh, I could just eat potatoes, but yeah, that's got the carbs are kind of high, you know. Luis says I have upload videos. Yeah, we're gonna have to look at your videos when we get home tonight. What do you carve on, a regular potato or a sweet potato? Man, I like them both. They're different. They're completely different, but I like them both. I used to just eat a sweet potato with a little bit of butter at lunchtime, but I can't do that anymore. Yeah, that was. You ever been around Russians or anybody? Oh, well, me, it was former Soviet Union, big country, 15 republics. But everybody I knew from there, they didn't like sweet potatoes. They didn't understand that. Maybe they'd never had them. Maybe it's an acquired taste. I don't know. But they did not like that. They didn't like ice in their drinks. They did not like root beer. And they did not like sweet potatoes. It's like three things they just like, ugh.
Hey,
It just used to crack me up because I think all three of them are good.
I need an ice pick.
You need an ice pick.
Little one.
I gotta
or
help
a drill
you.
bit or a little pixie stick.
Oh, something to poke through there?
Yeah.
I had something here. How about a zip tie?
Okay. Yeah, talk. Thanks.
Oh, yeah, and Daniel Morrissey says, oh, yeah, Buff, I have that in the cabinet. Tommy Allen, 4:13 a.m., Dublin. I'm eating soup. Hey, Tommy, do you guys change your clocks? Or did you change your clocks at midnight, or do you do that there or anything? Because we change our clocks here at 2. So.
Did you say we're live streaming until the clocks change?
No, I didn't. Did I say that? Did I say we're live streaming until the clocks change? No, I asked Tommy Hamlin if they already did that or if they do it or whatever. Daniel Morrissey says, what's awesome also is I like to bake a spaghetti squash and then put sugar sauce on. You know what I do? I can't put sugar sauce on it, but I put some butter on it or I put some cheese. I take some Mexican blend shredded cheese and put it on it, on spaghetti squash. Man, I like that stuff. Oh, he goes, not sugar, sugo. What's sugo? I don't know what Sugo is. Tommy Hamlin stayed the same. It's the Kiwis that changed. Tommy Hamlin. I tried root beer when in the States. It tastes like Listerine mouthwash. Really? It's funny because maybe that's an acquired drink. And then, of course, there's root beer and there's root beer. There's root beer that's different brands. And A&W is outstanding. Dad's root beers, a lot of people like it, but it tastes different than the A&W. A&W to me is the best, but I don't know. Stray Bullet says, how do they keep their drinks cold? They're in Russia. Everything's cold unless you heat it. They just don't like that. I mean, it just doesn't make sense to them to put ice. Get a Russian like when they're first in the U.S. and you get them a big icy drink at McDonald's or something. They just look at it. They don't even know what to do with it. Like, what is this? Tommy Hamlin says, we changed our clocks last weekend. Oh, okay. Kim just turned the lights on.
Turn the lights back.
Oh, Sugo. Sugo is meat sauce. Oh, okay. Meat sauce would be good. I've never tried that, though. Yeah, Louise, Russia is very cold. I was in Russia in the winter. That's the time to go to Russia. Go in the winter. Buddy Carapano says, white birch is my favorite soda. I had never heard of birch beer until I lived in Maryland. And then I thought, what's this? So I bought it. It was pretty good. Barry Kuda says, is sarsaparilla the same thing? You know, what was it? Sassafras? What they made sarsaparilla from and root beer, but they made it illegal in the U.S. You can buy it. You can make your own, but you can't sell it. You can't sell a drink that has that in it. And that happened in 1960. And I had friends that lived right down the street from us, and they had the A&W franchise. They used to have a store that was a drive-in thing, and you could buy gallon jugs of root beer, and you could buy burgers and stuff. So they had the franchise, and they made it illegal. So A&W was going crazy trying to duplicate the taste of their root beer without the sassafras. But I remember buying root beer and sarsaparilla at A&W root beer, but sarsaparilla disappeared, man. I haven't seen sarsaparilla since I was probably 1960. I was in kindergarten, and I don't think I've seen it since then. Man. Stray Bullet says, root beer isn't popular in Europe. Tommy, what kind of soda do you guys drink? Tommy Hamlin and Hawaiian Punch. How can they make an orange flavored drink out of corn? I don't know. Hawaiian Punch. That was like a silly commercial when I was a kid, but is it still around? Is Hawaiian Punch still around? I don't know. Slimo, I'm back. The mobile butcher knocked a cow. What? The mobile butcher knocked a cow on the head. Okay. Sarsaparilla, Stray Bullet says sarsaparilla is different. It is different, but it had the same ingredient in it way back when. And I don't know what, so it was different, but it had that same ingredient. But I don't know. I haven't seen it in so long. Daniel Morrissey, boiling root beer is good. Never heard of it, never had it. Yeah, I get the generic stuff from the store, and once in a while Kim will buy me A&W. Man, is that good. It's like, God, you can buy the expensive stuff, thank you. But, because a 2-liter bottle, when I'm buying them for $1 each for $2, $1 for a 2-liter bottle. Okay. But the name brand stuff is always like $2.50 for a 2-liter bottle. It's like, man. But once in a while they have, 3 for $5 or something. So,
oh, I don't know.
And you'll buy them, but it's like, it's still expensive. I buy the cheap stuff. Stray Bullet, they have sarsaparilla in the grocery, usually. It's one of those craft sodas in a bottle. Oh, it could be, because I never look at that stuff. Because I just don't look at craft sodas because they're too expensive. But I'll look now. My guess is if they're the craft sodas, they're probably not going to be diet drinks. I gotta drink the diet. I can't drink the sugar. I mean, I drank one sugar drink at No Name Nationals. It's because Dougster Wolverine Garage brought it,
Yeah,
and it was
you
there.
probably needed this.
And I thought, I looked at it, and the carbs were much higher than I normally drink, but it was within reason. And with the amount of walking I was doing and running around there, it was like, okay, I'll burn it off. And I drank it. Daniel says, Buff, buy sugar-free mug root beer. Mug's okay. My preference is still A&W, but Mug's okay. Mug, Dad's, what are all of them? Dad's, Mug, and what's the one I have here? I have one of these mixes that you mix with water. It doesn't have any. Here's this stuff. It just tastes like root beer, but it's these packets. It's these packets, and you put one in a bottle of water. Makes it taste like root beer. They're okay. And yeah, Mug's okay. I don't know. And then when they have the generic stuff, they haven't had it in probably about a year. But the generic store brand, I'll buy that. That's okay. I don't know. I'm not so picky anymore. Used to be all I drank was the name brand stuff, but once retirement came around, things, I just don't have the money I used to when I was full time. Daniel says, I think they have A&W sugar-free root beer. They do. And Kim buys it for me sometimes. And it is so good. Man. He says, I remember when Ricky Berwick had a car accident in racing back in '68. Ricky Berwick, a speed racer. D-Fog's here. Good evening. How you doing? Good evening, or is it good morning? Yeah, it's still good evening. Stray Bullet. The local A&W makes their own root beer, and it's delicious. Much different than the bottled or fountain versions. When I was a kid, like I said, that neighbor had an A&W franchise. We go over there and big glass gallon bottle. Take it over there, and you trade it for another one. And there was you got money back for the bottle, or you just traded it and you got another bottle full, paid for the root beer. That stuff was so good, but my mother didn't buy much of it. But I had neighbors, their mother always bought that stuff. So I really like that A&W root beer that came from they'd refill those bottles with at the franchises. But the stuff in the 2-liter bottles is it's so much better than the store brand stuff. But still, store brand's okay. Daniel Morrissey says, okay, we need to have a root beer float night on the show.
Yeah.
We'll have a root beer night float. A root beer night float? A root beer float night.
Yeah.
I said that backwards.
Tuesday is snack night, because we're in the house.
Tuesday. Kim, can we have root beer float? Oh, float, you got to put ice cream. I can't have ice cream.
We could get some sugar.
Sugar-free ice cream?
Well, the low sugar ice cream. You probably can't drink a lot.
I'll just drink the root beer. We'll have to get some root beer. That's pretty good. Slimo, soft drink delivery trucks were a good thing in the early 70s. We had swing, and you would hear the glass bottles in the back. In Russia, they have stuff. Now here I'm going to tell a story, and I can't pull up the name. What's that soft drink in Russia? made out of fermented bread, but it really doesn't have alcohol in it. It's just fermented bread. I can't think of the name of it now. They had trucks that come around. You buy it off you. They sell it to you off the truck. I can't think of the name of that stuff. It had a real strange taste. It was good. That was probably an acquired taste. Raining Slant 6. The senior last YouTube short on the brown ooze in the coolant jacket of the 318.
Oh, yeah.
Were brass Sandcore plugs in that block in good shape. They looked new. Always cringe when I hear folks call them freeze plugs. Yeah, because the block will usually break before the plugs come out. Somebody rebuilt this engine not long ago because it was bored 30 over. The bores are really nice. I mean, there was no tape or anything, but it was a real bunch of mixed match parts, and like all the rods are all different weights and different brands, and there's some marks in the block, like maybe like through a rod or something, but it didn't break the block. But anyway,
but there's standard size bearings.
The bearings on the crank are standard, so it looks like they just replaced the crank. And then the rods are different weights, different brands. Pistons have been replaced, of course, because they're 30 over.
But they're cheap ones.
Oh, you brought that over here to put. Oh, you already glued that up. Look at this. I didn't know she was going to put the crank in.
Cranks in. Well, I mean,
Rockwell Welch plugs. Yeah, the Welch plugs. The Welch plugs are the Welch plugs are one back here in the back. But Dean Stevenson's got to call it the Rockwell Welch plug.
I wanted to get the rear main seal in there.
That's Dr. Go leaving a.
There you go, 4 grams. Edie says no added sugar. Yeah, it's reasonable.
Let's see.
All right, I got a crank in the block.
Slow churn Edie's ice cream, no added sugar.
That's good stuff, right?
I see that in a store. I didn't know that was something I could eat.
I mean, you can't eat a ton of it, but
I could put a big gob of it in root beer and diet root beer.
Boy, that looks good. Oh, don't spin it because I don't want to. I want the rear main seal. I got to put a couple dabs of.
Got it.
I should put that in and then.
You could put the rear main. Well, where's the? See, I don't know 318s well. Where is the thrust bearing?
2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Right there.
It's in the middle.
Yeah.
Okay, so you probably need to put that first, and then put the one in the back. I don't know.
Yep. I put.
Oh, look at this.
Assembly lube all over it.
Hamburger
Helper ad. You get 2 points.
I had a Bob both ways.
Makes great meal.
Hamburger Helper ad. Looks like they're not freeze plugs. They were put in by the engineers to get the core sand out. So they were put in after to plug the hole, sort core sand out of the coolant jacket once the cast iron or aluminum solidified. That's how long it would take to get sand out. Oh yeah, you couldn't. I mean, we found sand in engines, but because they didn't get it all out. But when they freeze, like a big block Chrysler freezes, it'll crack right across. It won't push the plugs out. Usually, it'll just crack across the.
No.
Just big old crack across the block.
If your block freezes and pushes a plug out and drains and doesn't break, you have gotten so lucky because it really doesn't work that way.
No, the way to keep from breaking blocks and things when it freezes, have antifreeze in there, have coolant in there.
Or drain. You have to drain it from the block drains and make sure they drains dry. But honestly, you still want antifreeze in there before you drain it because Like the back of this block doesn't drain out of this hole very well. The drains are for
Very good. We just call it frost plugs here, frost, because they don't freeze that hard.
no.
No, but Kim, have you winterized your car yet? No.
No.
We need to get that done before it gets cold.
The antifreeze is literally sitting on the hood of the car.
Sitting on the hood of the car. My car is winterized.
Hey, remember I was looking for the cam thing?
The cam thing.
The
bolt.
eccentric for the cam.
Ah, you found it.
I did.
Excellent.
I found it.
Okay, how's that bearing look with that thing gouged into it? Or was it gouged into it?
Gouged into it.
Oh, I thought there was like a sharp piece of metal sitting right there.
This
Do you see
bearing's
what it says?
got.
And don't forget twizzle.
This bearing's got the most wear of any of the bearings, and the associated rod bearing.
What do you use for lube on the bearings when you put the crank in?
Cam lube, assembly lube for a camshaft.
Really?
Yeah, why?
Okay.
What's wrong with that? Is it bad?
I guess that's not going to hurt anything. I just have one question. What is this winter you speak of? Yeah, Mexican spick. That's when it goes down to about, for you, probably about 65 degrees Fahrenheit.
Have you ever had a terrible, terrible nightmare that felt like it would not end? And you woke up screaming?
Yeah, the other night.
It's kind of like that every night for about 6 months. It's called winter.
Yeah, Kim came in and woke me up. I was dreaming somebody was on this side of me, but they were invisible. I couldn't see them, but I could feel their hands holding me from moving, and I had my hands on my chest, laying on my back, and I could not move my hands. I was trying to pry their hands loose. I guess I was screaming or something.
He was yelling. I heard him.
She came in my room, and then there was, I'm dreaming there's somebody on this side of me, and she grabs onto me, and then I was kind of waking up, and it was Kim, and it's like,
Sometimes you make noise in your sleep like that isn't
God.
just snoring.
Man.
But
that was a scary.
You were making noise in there for a while, and I knew you weren't like talking to yourself. I could tell that you were like having sleep problems. Better go check on that.
That was not a good. That was a nightmare.
Have a heart attack in your sleep. Trying
have
to
a heart attack in my sleep
because
some invisible person's trying to pry on my hands.
Yeah.
Oh God, what a crazy dream.
See, that's the worst bearing.
Ooh.
For a main, that's a little rough. There was some kind of debris got in there, and it was wearing in the middle here.
How's the thrust surfaces look?
They're copper, but they're not scuffed up or anything like that.
Why don't you put some of that? How thick is that stuff you use?
Super. It's like.
Okay, it's not like because you got that Lucas stuff we use for.
That's what this is.
Oh, it's the same stuff?
Lucas High Performance Semi-Synthetic Assembly Lube.
Oh.
That's what we're using for assembly lube. It's cam lube.
Okay. Now I didn't know where you got special cam lube. Okay, it's that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I have not. More often than not, I know it's a dream. Oh, man, this I didn't. Sometimes I do.
He was super stressed. You were stressed about a bunch of stuff.
I still am stressed, but I'm starting to relieve some of it.
Well, that was
my friend in, that had, got stabbed, he's maybe doing a little better, but there's nothing I can do. He's going to struggle with life from now on. He might get better. I don't know. I heard about him early this morning.
What did they say?
Says he knows my name. He knows his friend's name. He thinks he knows who we are.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not good. Very good. I had the frost plugs pushed out of my XR Falcon's 200 in the big freeze. Outtram 94 didn't crack. Wow.
You're lucky because it can happen, but it's rare. A lot of times it'll just crack the whole side of the block. It depends on how fast it It depends on a bunch of stuff.
Mercury, that sounds good to me because that's what I have is a 200 cubic inch Ford. But mine's winterized right now. I'm good down to about, like, I don't know, 10 below, something like that. So 10 below Fahrenheit. So that's plenty cold for here.
Well, and the other thing is since it's got antifreeze in it, it'll freeze so slowly that the material will move. It'll move.
Dean Stevens says at the mine, we cracked 3Y 2.2 liter propane powered Toyota Hilux. It was a double cab with special 4.4 liter V8 made from 2.2 overhead valve 1989 engine. Don't you run coolant and stuff there? Mexican spec, I kid. I did live in Oregon for 2 winters. Lots of white stuff on the ground, yeah. What's the name of that place you lived? I should know it. Ontario. Josh Holman, I get to see it in person.
So they can see us.
Putting it at the center of the engine. Okay. Daniel Morrissey says, Buff, I'm sorry about your friend. Hope he recovers fast.
We hope so too. It's good that he's coming around some. That's a good sign.
Yeah, he's strong. Robert Owen. Is that a 2-barrel slant 6 intake in the background? It sure is. It's that's a Super 6. Is
he looking at the one up on the shelf?
Yeah, it's right up.
Wow, you are observant.
It's right up there.
Robert, you got the eagle eye. Get 2 points for having the eagle eye.
Get 2 points for having the eagle eye. You got to keep track of your own points. She doesn't keep track of points. She just gives them out.
Or a spreadsheet.
But yeah, that. I'm trying to. She wants to turbocharge her slant in her Valiant, and I'm trying to talk her into using that. Using a Ford carburetor, an Autolite carburetor. But then she's got a Holly 2-barrel up here, so I don't know if you can blow through that or not. But we're gonna see how that goes. Louise says, yeah, I'm very cold in my bedroom. I don't think it gets cold there, does it? Louise, what's the coldest it gets there? And you can tell us in Fahrenheit or Celsius, I don't care which. You can tell us in C, if that's what you use. I'm just curious how cold it gets there. I bet you don't get real cold. But I may be wrong.
Tell stories. It doesn't get cold. He's just making fun of us.
Mexican spec says it was 12 months, but 2 winters. I moved in January and got out the next January because I'm smart. Man, I thought when I lived in Ohio, every year I go, I'm getting out of here before, springtime would come around. It's springtime would come around. I'm getting out of here before the snow's flying again. And then, geez, it'd be like October, and I look out the window and there's snow going. It's like, oh no, I'm here for another winter. I did that over and over. I did that for 15 years. Oh, no. And then I moved here. And it snowed here, but not here. It snowed like a little bit. Looked like somebody took a bag of flour and threw it out in the air, and like some of it landed somewhere. They closed all the banks, closed the schools, closed businesses. It was crazy. And it was just like some tiny bit of white snow blowing across the road.
This Main
freaked out.
Wasn't even that hard.
Dean Stevenson, degree C. I'll convert for the audience. Okay, what's this? We have vote no on 50 ad for Stray Bullet. I don't know what that means, but okay. They're supporting us. Political stuff that I don't want to talk about, but they're supporting us, so okay, thank you. I'll thank them.
Yeah.
I have no idea what 50 is probably a what do you call it? So in California, they call it
ballot initiative.
Yeah, it's a ballot initiative of some sort.
If you turbo, are you going to do the TBI fuel injection? We're going to try and do it without fuel injection.
Blow through a carburetor.
We're going to try. If we can't get it to work, then, I'm not saying we absolutely won't, but our first effort at it is going to be carbureted system. And there's several possibilities of how that could work.
We work with the stuff we have as much as we can.
Well,
once in a while we have to buy something like Kim.
That was the challenge that Uncle Tony
gave us that, and that was kind of the challenge, yeah.
That we
blow
could do
through into that.
And he would like to be involved when we get it to the point where it's ready. So once it's like set up and or we might even, we'll see what Tony's busy with at the time. But once we have all the parts made and it's ready to do the conversion, we might even take it down to Tony. I don't know. It depends on
we might drive it down there afterwards and
have him look
have
at
him
it,
help, tune a little or
talk
something.
About it,
yeah, we'll do a.
That's been years already.
We'll do a
we'll offer
collaborative.
We'll see if he even wants to at that
something.
point. He might be busy with other things.
Buddy Carfano says it's 78F in my living room, nice and warm. See, that's about how I like it. 78's okay. Now, when I was in Yuma, Arizona, I'd set my air conditioning to 90, and that sounds like it's too hot. But it was 120 outside, 115 to 125 outside. So when I'd walk in, 90 felt really good, and I'd turn it down to 80, and then let the air conditioner run a little bit hard for, into the evening. The sun would go down. It was pretty easy to keep it cool. But in the daytime, I didn't want it to be 100, over 120 in the house. So I just turned the thermostat up as high as it would go, so the air conditioning would at least keep it 90 in the house, which wasn't bad. Robert Owen, I'll be watching for that. I was on here a year ago. The old blue D150. Got it running, and now I want to do a turbo kit. I just don't know if it can easily tuned with a carb.
Not easily, no. The hard part is that you have to have a carb that is capable of blowing through. The problem is if the carb isn't designed for it, you'll just blow all the fuel out of it.
You'll blow the fuel out of it.
You'll blow the fuel out of it.
Or you can suck through the carburetor, but then you got to mount the carburetor somewhere else. Or build a box around the carburetor, which is what they used to do.
A box around the carburetor is
That's
a real possibility, but you have to have a fuel pressure regulator that will index properly.
And then you got to have, like where the throttle linkage goes through, it's got a seal. So you got to have a seal in the box where that goes.
So there's some technical challenges.
I got a friend that builds boxes around carburetors and does on his old what do you call them? Kaiser, like old Kaiser Fraser kind of cars.
But if you want to get like high performance, no, nothing easy with the slant stick. No performance stuff it's all very difficult.
And then what's his name? 289.
Thunderhead 289.
Thunderhead 289. What he always says, the carburetor it's a static metering device in a dynamic world. So, he's made that thing that it bleeds. It's an electronic thing that measures, it has oxygen sensors, and then it measures, or it meters a vacuum leak right under the carburetor to keep the mixture right. I think that is just genius, man. It just sits there and works. And he's got a little screen and it monitors. You can buy that system from him. That's pretty cool.
We're making our own dual manifolds. We're not using Dutra duals, but we are going to use dual manifolds. Here, I'll grab one.
Oh, you got one of those cut up manifolds?
Yeah. Yeah, they're not very too deep. They're on the list.
Stray Bullet says, do a draw through turbo.
Well, if you use a draw through turbo, I don't think the turbo that we have is draw through approved. It'll mess up the fuel will mess up the you need special bearings or something like that. Will you show them that? It's not too dirty.
Well, this is just cut up. I don't know what I'm showing them.
Well, see how this is clean here? We're gonna braze metal to it And then
I've brazed up exhaust manifolds before with
he
pretty
knows
good
how to
luck.
braze it.
Pretty good luck.
So we're going to braze to mild steel, and then we can weld to mild steel to make the exhaust. We got 2 of those.
Stray bullet says you don't need an intercooler with a draw through.
No?
But yeah, but we have an intercooler. So Tony gave us a lot of stuff, a lot of tubing, big tubing, intercooler, turbo, a lot of stuff. He didn't really want to do it. He was going to do a turbo slant 6, but he decided not to do it and gave us all the stuff. So we'll do it. Kim's over there making noise on the grinder. Eric Cooter says there used to be an Australian aftermarket manifold that took 2 Carter 1 barrels, 1 at each end. Well, that's kind of interesting. We get like a yard full of junk, and we tend to try to make good stuff out of the junk. Try to make, like, a lot of you were here, saw that intake manifold that Kim made on the 2.9 Ford. She took the 2.8 out, which is carbureted, put the 2.9, which is injected, and everything's different. You can't put the 2.8 manifold on it. It's basically the same engine architecture, but it's a lot different. So she made her own intake manifold. This big thing that went off to one side and down. It's like almost like a half of one of those Chrysler cross ram manifolds, and it worked really well. It's a trick. I should be collecting the Super 6 manifold. They're still in the junkyards here. Yes, and there's 2 different ones. There's a cast iron one and there's an aluminum one. Collect both of them, but the aluminum one, I kind of like that one. That one that's up there, wherever it is. I can't point right. That one is cast iron. The one I have on my car is aluminum. Aluminum ones, the castings are a bit rough, but they're okay. They work. Kim, you're saying we need to get we need to start on the projects because it's winter. So should we do the Valiant Ute first, or should we do the aluminum car first?
I don't know, but we're going to have them in here any day now. We would have brought it in here today if I hadn't been sleeping.
Well, yeah, except I want to bring my car in here to get for the horns and the.
Well, they're not going to be here for a couple of days.
Well, once we bring one of those big projects in here, it's going to be a hog. Well, if we're going to do the aluminum car, we need to pull the spring off there's a transverse spring on the rear suspension that's bent. We need to take it out and put it in the press and try to fix it. And then we can do that, I suppose. Buddy Carl Powell says Ute first. Yeah, that's a big project, but I don't know. Once you just rip into it, you rip into it, I guess. It's just that we're doing that. I won't be sitting here a lot. I'll be over there cutting and grinding, and I don't know. It'll be fun.
Good for you.
It'd be a different kind of different kind of live. Kim will be over here more. I'll be over there more. I don't know. Dean Stevenson says brazen, buff. Yeah, because I like to braze. I am a good brazer. Don't braze on chromoly. It doesn't work well. You braze on mild steel or on cast iron. Raining slant 6. Offenhauser had an aluminum slant 6. Aluminum slant 6. It was for dual 1-barrel carbs. If you modified it, you could make it into dual 2-barrel if you wanted. Is that the one that's on Shane? Shane's got a dual carburetor slant 6. The one that you turned to just about the same time he did, Kim.
What does he have? What's the question?
Yeah, I know you weren't paying
I
attention.
got distracted. What was the question?
The manifold that Shane has that has the two carburetors on it. I think it has two 1-barrels on it.
It does.
It does. Okay, that must be that Offenhauser manifold he's talking about.
Probably, yeah. Yeah.
Do you watch Slant Daily Garage, Professor B on Slant Daily Garage? He's got I think that's the manifold he has because he's got two. What are those carburetors he has? Those Holly, the Holly 1920s. He's got two 1920s on them.
Hey, my single barrel runs the same ET in the 8th mile as his dual carburetor.
But he's an engineer at Edelbrock, so
my old piece of junk runs the same ET.
Which I think is kind of funny. He's working on all the latest greatest stuff, but what's he have? A 69 Dart with a slant 6 with two 1-barrels on it. Yeah, it's kind of cool. So Mexican stuff. What do you think of the 2025 Dodge Attitude I showed? Would it sell over there? I have no idea. I don't think anybody buys cars anymore except Mustangs. I don't know, what cars do people buy? They just buy giant trucks. They want trucks that weigh 10,000 pounds and they put big wheels and lights underneath them and they go down the road and they crash into people. I don't know. I don't know what people buy anymore.
We're out of touch.
I am so out of touch with
out of touch.
People that buy new cars.
We're out of touch.
I am completely out of touch.
I'm out of my head when you're not around. Those are my rings, piston rings by Hastings.
Downside up. You can put them the other way. They'd turn their monitor over.
Turn the monitor over. There's
so
our manifold.
says,
we're just going to braze right on there.
Dean Stevenson says Jim Bennett's death was a difficult time. UTG had a lot of stuff he was looking into.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was man, was that a surprise. That was like, holy crap. He was just alive and going, and then he was gone. Yeah.
Yep. It happened. It's very unfortunate.
He says, yeah, we're clean that engine. Buddy Carfon says, you get more use out of the Ute than the aluminum car. You are right. The Ute I will drive. The aluminum car will get pushed around, driven up maybe to a local car show, or maybe put on a trailer and take it to a local car show. Because you know that little thing, if you get hit in that, you're not going to live through it. You go down the road and there's all these big trucks, and even in my car, my Zephyr, I feel like that's a small car by today's standards, and it wasn't 20 years ago. That was not a small car. I know in the U.S. we called it a compact, but it was pretty much full-size car.
What did I do with the main bearing cap bolts?
Main bearing cap bolts. Kim can't find her main cap bolts.
I cannot locate the box that contains them.
You separated them from the caps.
I do.
Are you going to do the ring dance again, Kim?
The ring dance. I got the ring, Hastings ring, Hastings ring. Got my ring to Hastings ring. These all things are Hastings rings.
Let's see, Barracuda says R225s and Valiants were 145 horsepower single barrel Carter. Same with ours. And earlier had Hollies. But for 69 they had 2-barrel Carter and 160. They never did that here. They never called it 160 here because in 1972 they decided they were going to go for different horsepower ratings from brake horsepower to net, and then they changed the compression, and they did all this stuff right at the same time, so there was no continuity. No, you couldn't figure out what was what.
Yeah.
So the only thing that was the same was torque. I don't know. It just, that was done purposefully just to screw us up. just to make it so we couldn't figure out what was what. So ours were 145 horsepower up to what, 71, I think. Yeah, and then they went to some crazy shit that doesn't make any sense. But a car at 25,700 would sell price range most people could afford. I don't know if most people could afford that. Some people can afford it.
I don't think most people who buy cars can actually afford them.
That's right. I think most people that buy cars can't actually afford them. They can sucker the bank into financing
on the dotted line,
and then they struggle to make the payments for 6 or 7 years.
Or they get it repoed. There's a lot of repos.
There's a lot of repos out there.
People who bought cars they couldn't afford.
Yeah, 175 horsepower in the tubing headered. Is that what they are? Tubing headered.
What did I do with them? What was I thinking? I set them someplace and they're missing. I put them up somewhere.
Dean Stevenson in the South African 4-barrel 225, 195 horsepower. Really?
There they are.
I didn't know that.
I found them.
You found them? They're right there on the floor in that bucket?
I think they're all the same. Yes, they're all the same.
Reading Science 6. Shane or Professor P has bolted a lot of different induction on his slant 6s. Did you see when he had that bulky new Edelbrock US 4-barrel on that same dart? I sure did. What was cool about that, if he put it on, it just worked. But if you saw him do the, what was that thing called? The 6 Smoky run? He had the two barrel, or the two single barrels, I think is what you were talking about. I think that's the manifold he had. Yeah, he does a lot of stuff. Obviously, I mean, that's a business he's in.
Yep, that's what he does. We like it because he supports.
Next inspect. I just did a video on a 2000 Ram Charger. I did it as a long video. All the pictures are vertical, so YouTube put it as a short. No.
The whole video?
Don't turn the camera this way.
The whole video?
How long was the video? If it was under 3 minutes, I guess they'd do that, but I don't know. YouTube does weird stuff. That is a top-of-the-line model with all the options, and it is a sporty-looking car. Buddy car file. He's talking buddy car file. I don't know what that was about. King Stevenson, South African Dodge Royale, stayed slant 6 4-barrel until 78.
Really? Nothing ever came 4-barrel slant 6 from the factory here. Nothing. It was not a thing.
South African thing. Mexican spec. People bought more Challengers and Chargers than the Cherokee with the Hellcat engine. If cars were offered, they would sell. Mexican spec. What is the average price of a new vehicle? Isn't around 40 grand? Oh, I don't know. I've lost touch.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Way above 40. Yeah,
I don't know what average is. It depends on what you average in, I guess. When that Jeep, what was that new Jeep? That big SUV Jeep? What is that thing? A Grand Cherokee or something? It's some new big Jeep. It's all got new, like the last 2 years. Got all full of, had like 17 screens in it. I'm looking at it. It was $120,000. Like, who's going to buy this? But I see them around.
I do. I see them on the road.
But I think the price came down. I think they brought them down to around 100 grand.
But I don't think anybody can afford them. But I think they'll buy them anyway.
Somebody buys them. I don't know.
They can't afford them, but they sure do buy them.
When I made really good money, there's no way I could afford that. I don't know. I thought I made good money. Maybe I didn't. Look at the Dodge Mexico site for the Attitude. Looks good for that price. Yeah, but like you didn't know where that came from. Was that a Korean car with a Dodge name on it, or is it a European car, or is it a Mexican car? I have no idea. Mexican spec. 228 is the video. Okay, it's under 3 minutes, so they made it a short. That kind of sucks. Well, it's still okay, I guess. Just make it a. Well, you know what? More people see it. The shorts get pushed out to more people than the long form video. Gosh, it's getting to the point where you'll take out a mortgage rather than a car loan to buy a car. Yeah, borrow money against your house, you can buy a car.
Mm-hmm.
Or like in California, where my father, the last car he bought before he died, he had to finance the license plates because they were over $1,000.
Hey, somebody look up the torque on
Yeah,
318 main
LA.
bolts.
What are the mains? Let's see, who'll come up with that first?
It's a lot.
Dean Stevenson will come up with it
I
first.
think it's like 90.
Except he'll be in. No, he might do it some SAE thing. Dean Stevenson, the drop off was about 1.45. So stock 145, one barrel, 225 was 100 horsepower net. Is that what they were? I don't know. It's like my car, that 200 was what, they were 120 horsepower or something when they were in the Ford Falcons. Well, up until like 71 or Mavericks, I guess. And then my car, I think they're 86 horsepower. I don't know. So they lowered the compression and probably changed the timing and changed the horsepower from brake to whatever. So it just completely don't know what happened. Yeah. Oh, the Grand Wagoneer. You're right. Yeah, you'll get more views as a short. Maybe that's a good thing.
Yeah, you might. 85. Can I get a second on that?
Oh, what are we looking at here? We're looking at. I'm looking for. Oh, Hippie Long says 85 pounds, I think. Let me look. Good idea.
Yeah, I would appreciate a look because I'm doing it now. It'd be different if I was just asking for the sake of asking, but I'm actually.
What are you torquing to right now?
50.
50.
I did 30.
30, then 50. Just blue torque it.
What's that mean? Till I'm blue in the face?
You pull on it till a blue vein pops out of the side of your forehead, then it's tight now.
Oh, look at that. 50 foot-pounds and still it turns like. Look how nice that is. Oh, I just saw the mouse.
Gene Stevenson says,
the mouse is going home.
Where's the mouse?
Back by the Craftsman toolbox.
Oh.
Feel that. That feels. Feel it.
Let's see here.
Hey.
Wait a minute. Dean Stevenson says 240 foot-pounds at 2,000 RPM. Wait a minute. We're trying to figure out the torque on these bolts, and I know 240 foot-pounds is wrong. Well, Hippie Long, I just did build 273, so it's fresh in his mind. Okay, I'm going to get up. And you saw a mouse go running up the thing.
Mm-hmm. It's got that. Don't wipe all the lube out of it, but it's got that assembly lube.
Yeah, it feels good.
Nice and slimy.
Oh, it feels really good.
Yeah, even steps 30, 60, 85.
Raining, slant 68. And Shane's dart escaped with minor scratches and dings in front of the Elbach race car.
Got
right in the kisser. Yep. It sure did. They left it there. And somebody else, somebody grabbed that deer, and they were in Tennessee. So in Tennessee, you just report the accident. They come out there, and they don't necessarily write an accident report, but they'll write you a deer tag to take it. But somebody stole it before that, so they didn't get the deer. I mean, they got the damage, but they didn't get the deer. Used to be you could get the deer to Walmart, and they'd butcher it for you, but
Walmart.
I don't think Walmart will do that anymore. Yeah, nothing like Tennessee.
So who said 85? Was that Hippie Long?
Hippie Long said 85.
Get 4 points.
Why? Is that what it is?
I don't know. That's what we're going to use.
Well, Hippie Long says torque 85 pounds, tightening method. Tighten evenly in multiple steps, such as 30, 60, And then final 85. What Google says. I'm not going to get the book. Okay, so that's what you did with 30, 60, and 85?
I did 70, and now this is 85.
Okay, I need to take a break.
Okay.
What color was the mouse?
Dark.
Dark mouse. Oh, you know what happened here, Tim? How long are you gonna stick around?
I think we're getting close.
Okay, because this thing's really cooled off.
This was my big goal for the night. I feel really good about getting the torque. There you guys go. I got the mains torqued. I got to still set up the pistons and stuff. I got to press the pins and stuff. There's still a lot to do, but the crank's back in. I didn't want to leave that apart. Buddy says, be glad you don't have torque to yield one-time use bolts. What a crappy idea. I'm aware of the existence of torque to yield hardware, and it plays into my decisions about what I'm going to rebuild, what I'm going to buy, what I'm going to use. I don't know. I'd have to really love a car. It'd have to be a car that I really love and I really wanted for me to consider rebuilding a motor with torque to yield hardware in it. And it would have to be available, which this stuff, all the parts, the nice thing about the 318, all the parts are available. They're not expensive. Performance stuff is out there if you want it. There was another 318 called the Fireball, and it was 230 horsepower. Nice. Luis says, Kim, you're awesome. Thank you, Luis. I have reused those bolts before. Torque to yield, I don't recommend reusing torque to yield stuff. It probably is a really bad idea. But this stuff is used forever stuff.
It's cold and wet out there.
It sure is, yeah.
Do you have any wood in here?
Not much.
I don't know if we want to put, close. I don't know if we want to put more in this late.
It must have a really inefficient transmission if the power dropped that much. Josh says.
Oh yeah, not much here.
Well, at the same time that they downgraded the ratings, they also changed the compression and timing settings on the engines to accommodate the new emissions controls. So yeah, the power dropped a lot. It did. What is it? It mostly burned out?
Yeah, there's coal. There's a few coals.
I think we just leave it go.
Okay.
I'll hook it up again tomorrow. Or I won't. We'll see how we're doing. This engine is so much more serviceable now. The block's all cleaned out. It's got a fresh hone on it. We're going to clean the pistons. I'm going to do a little bit of matching, weight matching on the rods. And it's going to have all new gaskets. Everything will have been turned, had hands on it. That's important. It'll be super serviceable. Barry Kuda asks, has anyone found out how they got 270 horsepower out of a Mexican 318? Well, if you put the bigger valve cylinder heads on it, like what's in the Magnums, and the closed chamber heads, and you put zero deck pistons in it, and you put a little bit better lift cam in it, I think you can get up around 270 pretty easy. Yeah. cam and compression, I think you can get there. And I think carburation too. I think they probably had the four. Did they have the 4-bar carburetors on? I'm only guessing. Timing.
Once you have 4-barrel carburetor and some good tuning, 1 horsepower per cubic inch wouldn't be unreasonable, and it's way under that. Look at this.
I know. It's pretty cool, huh?
You're going together with it.
Well, it makes me fearful when I have it too aparted, and it was all apart.
It's all apart.
Now we can start putting things back together. I decided I was done messing with grinding on the crank. It's just too messy and loud and stinky, and no one wants to listen to it. It upsets, the smell upsets you. It's like, well,
yeah, the whole place fills up with iron filings.
Yeah,
you know?
I decided, you know what? This is good. This is good. Well, if I move this out of the way, can we wrap it up?
Yep. Expect says he's heading out. Adios. I think we're getting there too.
Yeah, adios.
So, Kim, we ready to say goodnight?
You guys have made it to the end. I award everyone watching 3 points for sticking around till after midnight. And I hope you had a good Halloween and a nice spooky weekend. Remember to turn back time whenever that is. Is that tonight that we turn back time? Cher wants to remind you
because it's not night anymore. It's
turn back time. And yeah, we appreciate everybody who comments and likes the video and is able to share in the conversation. Sorry if we've missed your comment or we didn't follow along with your conversation. We can't do it all. We're trying.
What is this here?
I don't know. We will be back on Tuesday night for the in-home live in the studio. What year are we doing? We're not doing a year.
No, we're not doing years. We're doing classic trucks or something.
Classic
Pickups.
Classic trucks.
And Mexican Spec says he's going to do trucks like Suburbans and stuff like that, which is fine with me.
Yes, Olive, we are doing the closing credits. Thanks for coming in. We will talk more about horsepower ratings and slant sixes and stuff next week in the lives that we do from the shop. And there's lots of there's Dead Dodge Garage and Tony tomorrow night to keep you guys entertained, and Dougster Wolverine Garage on Monday. So you'll have plenty to do, and I hope you're all well. Until then, thanks Mexican Spec for being our moderator and the other moderators who were here earlier. And I think that's
I'm going to say goodnight.
Okay.
Take care, everybody. See you Tuesday.